Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Ketchup and I'm joined at long last on the desk by none other than Katana Prime.
How long has it been? 5, 6 good years of being in the FGC together, although you were across this wonderful pond that I got here to Vienna, and we have never shared time on the desk. But that all ends today in Vienna with surprise commentary and surprise updates and upsets to the bracket.
I mean, that is an understatement like none other. So
Yes.
before we get started, this is Viennality 2018, part of the Injustice Pro Series 2018. And this is the one and only European stop in this tour, which means that Europe has come out to play. And that's not even one of those generic statements, because Honeybee has been sent to losers by Do Basic. For those that don't know, this guy's an Enchantress player. And he won with Enchantress.
Yeah, a pretty rough schedule day. It started out, let's make sure I get the matchups right. He did start out with Starfire and against Wonder Woman. Pretty close game one with Do Basics taking it. Then Honeybee kind of mops the next two, and then he makes the switch to Enchantress. Some matchup unfamiliarity, really crazy stuff. And in the final game with Flash, it was like he figured it out, and he was making those Honeybee comebacks, but it was just too little too late, and down in a loser's bracket. Also, on the other side of that, he has to play Nivek. And then the winner's final of this bracket, Do Basics versus Irish Mantis. That's just one pool of this boring game.
I mean, any of you get, that's the thing, right? It's variety. It's character variety. We're going to see Atrocitus versus Enchantress in winner's final.
Maybe,
Are you serious?
Maybe Wonder Woman. Who knows? These guys are in the driver's seat with a 0-0 star. You're going to pick whatever character you want to go. And we know Irish Mantis has been Atrocitus, all the way through. Whether or not he can carry that into the winner's top 8 for the coveted IPS points. And a huge opportunity here. The winner of this event is locked in for the finals.
That for me is the big thing. So we have 4 pools at this tournament, which
Yes.
means that if you make it out of pools, you're in top 8. That's obviously due to, there's not as many signups to this tournament as there are in America, but I think that's just the fact that America is so big. There's so many players
absolutely.
in that part of the world that here, you kind of go into this tournament with that super competitive mindset immediately, because it's not one of those cases where I'll just go through pools, this is the easy bit, quote unquote, and then we'll focus on the hard bit later. Everyone here is super dangerous, and we saw it for ourselves, right?
Yes.
We've already had Honeybee, who was my pick to actually, FYI, win this tournament, has been sent to losers, and it's not over for him. That's an insane run.
Has been known to make massive comebacks, and you can definitely do so in a loser's bracket. But on the other side of that, in Pool B, it is Biohazard, the points leader in terms of IPS coming into this event. He's made his way through the pool as expected, but it was the return of the god Yamini, the Israeli Green Arrow specialist who came through and actually found his way in the loser's bracket as well, falling down with Shark Teeth.
Yeah, so on that subject, it was Shark Teeth that was able to defeat Yamini, which is why he's currently waiting in losers finals. And our winners finals of this pool is going to be Shark Teeth, NASA Esports Shark Teeth versus Beast Coast Biohazard.
And that's going to be the first match we get into as we shift to the game now. These gentlemen ready to go. Who will secure the first spot in the winner's top 8 here at Viennality 2018? Biohazard or Shark Teeth, Catwoman, Bane. Historic matchup in terms of Injustice lore, if you've been around here or not. Bane opening up immediately with the jumping light, probably looking to cancel into the interactable, but easy hit confirmed or lack thereof for Biohazard.
Now, this is just one of those classic matchups where, Bane, he doesn't have the worst time getting in on this character because of the lack of projectiles, but she has the long limbs, she has those long hitboxes, but many of them are single hitting, which means that when this pain train begins, this really is Biohazard's bread and butter.
Who needs projectiles when you can pummel your opponents into the ground? A quick rise to the level 3 Venom for the bounce cancel combo, continuous damage, and a near perfect, I don't know, what do they call the hood over here in Europe?
Oh my god.
Is it still a hood? Do we call that a ghetto flawless?
No, there's words for it, but I don't want to get banned from Twitch. But
right.
Here we go, here's the hit confirm from Catwoman. Gets the meaty crosser, but just not ready to commit to it.
All right, to the corner we go. Doesn't expend the meter for the crumple on the cat dash. Biohazard, thank you for the free Oki, and wakes up back-to-back meter burn back 3s and chases down that back dash. Huge elbow and another plant, this time into the steal.
Now, unfortunately, we're seeing some signs of desperation from Shark Teeth, but every ounce of it is costing resources. Whiffing the grab and knowing he's going to press the button, so that Venom Upper is going to chew it up for breakfast. Tries to whiff punish. That was by far a style end.
Yeah,
attempt.
can we talk about the recognition from Biohazard? He saw that Catwoman simply walked out of that command grab, but was able to stay on top of Oki and in control. One more plant into the ground, and pretty dominant victory there by Biohazard. He goes up 1-0. Tekken Master in for the coach.
Yeah, now shock horror. I can see KP looking at his watch. We have that 30-second rule. Shock horror. Tekken Master is Shark Teeth's coach. Who would have believed it? But with this in mind, I think, you know, Shark Teeth, he does, I think like Tekken Master actually does play many characters. You know,
Yes.
He has that Supergirl. He plays Starfire as well, I believe. But it's mostly Supergirl as one of his main characters that he's used. So we haven't seen it yet. But will the change be Supergirl?
I mean, there it is. That was a near chin rub. I don't know if that was a full one, but it was close enough. That is a sign of danger, a sign of panic. Only down 1-0, and Justice 2 is, in fact, 3 out of 5. But Shark Teeth with the body language of someone who's not ready to take this W just yet.
Okay, so he is actually sticking with Catwoman. This was very much just a stage change. The stages make such a big impact. Also, I think giving Shark Teeth time to adjust and go, right, what's going wrong? He's had a much better start right now, and it's coming through.
All right, potty training for the kitty. Apparently, she has nothing to do with that. Just gonna, you know, alleviate herself wherever she can, and she tries to jump from full screen. Massive jump normals range, but Biohazard with the open.
Meaty body splash. We're going to get knocked down on it too. Oh my, where did that even hit?
No one knows. I don't think Biohazard knows, but we take the damage. The back three going under the attack.
Unfortunately, I don't think Shark Teeth, that was also a sick read on the grab, by the way. Hard reads. That might even be the round.
Absolutely. Shouts to Coach Steve, just talking about it on Twitter earlier. Back threes are in fact Toro immune, so using them as a tech on a read, far more or less risky than neutral jumping or so to stay out of the range.
Oh my god. There was something so savage about that back three, but I can't put my finger on it.
I'll tell you what it was. It was raw. No meter necessary. A Shark Teeth shifting momentum in his direction now. No bar, but still staying heavily offensive.
I think that movement from Biohazard might have been a special move attempt. He had the Venom, he has the armor, and that meter burn is going to almost take the round.
Yeah,
down one's going to whiff.
Goes right into debuff as the elbow is connecting, so it doesn't quite get the necessary damage to complete the life bar. Patience from Shark Teeth. This should be a punish. Yes. Chases down with the cat dash.
Yep, I love the option right there. We're going to see a clash forced to use as well. The thing about Biohazard and Bane in general is you actually rarely see the opponent have the opportunity to clash against Bane because so much of the damage is individual hits, unclashable damage here, a back three here, a forward three there.
And right there, Shark Teeth giving it away, throwing out that string from about half screen, easy with punish, you know, for a player of Biohazard's caliber, but right back at you. We're getting into the fundamental footsies of things. Great with punishing that Catwoman back to such a great tool, one of the faster mids, a long window for cancel and hit confirming, just great all-around move.
There was some great awareness there too on top of that neutral jump punch where Biohazard knew they were both in the air. Bio didn't press a button because he didn't want to extend his hurt box and eat that jump too. There's a confirm.
That recognition on the trade, gets the full combo. Oh, and a wake-up, big mistake here, and lucky sequence for Shark Teeth that the entirety of the string does not connect. Instead, it's going to go for the body splash. Into the corner we go, running out of real estate is Shark Teeth.
Goes in for the back three again, but drops the combo, and unfortunately it's whiffed and punished.
And that was his last chance to clash. We all know the level 3 was coming into the bounce cancel. Biohazard definitely about to boot him across the entirety of Gotham City from Arkham Asylum. No resources for Shark Teeth, no meter, no clash.
2 bars for Bio, and he's committed. If that connected a little bit closer, maybe we'd have seen the full combo. No whiff punish on the air grab. What is going on?
Too much right now. Shark Teeth panicking big time now. Whiffs the command grab, doesn't have the meter to extend it for a feeding setup. Chip damage territory. What is going to happen? And to check on the dash. Biohazard not faltering once, not folding once, and the controller OS may be coming into play here.
There was something definitely not right about that sequence. You know, I think Shark Teeth's going to understand that more than anyone else. He knew that was his round to win. He just had to take it. There were so many whiffs as well. No whiff punishment, but I think either he just froze up or in the spur of the moment, it just wasn't meant to be, KP.
Yeah, regardless of what happened, the score is going to reflect 2-0 as Happy Pal looks in amazement. You see that cute French guy right in the middle of these two men. He has no idea what's going on, but he's hyped as Shark Teeth is trying to figure it out on the character select screen. 2-0. Biohazard getting the job done.
This is a difficult situation to be in because when you know a game, it was 100% his. Almost to the point where I don't know what happened there. There were so many opportunities. He just had to take it. You know, it was reached out. He just needed to grab it for himself. And, okay, so we're actually doing some button checks just in case something was wrong with his controls.
All right, the mid-set button check. We're going to hide that out so no one learns what the tech actually is. About to put in the code, still can't figure it out. And, yeah, we're going to take it to the organization and see what we can do.
Yeah, well, we'll just see what happens. Obviously, we'll fill you guys in, but we'll make sure Shark Teeth is satisfied before we go into our next match. Just to remind you all, this is a winner's side match. Whoever wins this moves into top 8 on the winner's side.
Can we talk about the sick vest that the Hashka is wearing right now with the MK embroidery logos on there, the Viennality print? I think I want it.
I mean, these guys all went to Combo Breaker as well, and they were representing Mortal Kombat in its fullest. It was great to see, you know, because Europe has a lot of passion for Mortal Kombat.
Still actively playing. You stay tuned later on for the MKX tournament. You know, very hard tournament, to say the least. As you would think it shouldn't be. We're all casuals having fun, washed up. No. These guys actually came prepared.
Europe never stopped playing Mortal Kombat. No. That's the thing. Europe never stopped.
All right, and the full beard stretch, I caught that. My head was turned, but I saw it. Big time trouble here for Shark Teeth. Now 2-0 if we can get back into the game. Biohazard opening up with that Bane charge, going to gain that all-important first stick of butter.
But to be fair, before the potential issues, if they were problems for Shark Teeth, he was playing incredibly well. You know, let's not forget, it was a comeback for a reason. Bio took so much damage before it was returned. Shark Teeth just simply needs to do that again. Easier said than done against the best Bane in the world.
Absolutely. Whiffing a few jump attacks now and taking it back to neutral, not getting too antsy as he eats that overhead elbow to the dome. And here's an unblockable interactable for your trouble.
Oh, my word.
Armor to cancel out your back 3, and Biohazard just making all of the right reads.
And he's going to know that that neutral jump too, there's not going to be enough of a small gap that you can't interrupt that. So he's going to go in for the armor, and this is going to be a dominant match point for Biohazard. If he gets top 8 winner side, this is IPS. He already has a nice chunk of points already.
The wake up DP, and this is more than just gameplay. This is 100% mentality. This is what happens when a player is broken. Take notes, kids. Just focus. And do not let the existential issues get to you.
There's no way it's not affecting Shark Teeth right now. You know, I'm sure he's thinking about it, and it's clearly throwing him off. Anti-air on the whip. Get back down here, love.
We are styling one time for the Canadian skies. Big flight across the Atlantic, trying to toss Catwoman right back to where he came from. Background bounce. Here's a full B&B of the meterless variety.
Knows it's too low, so he doesn't commit to the combo because he would have been whiff punished. I love that awareness from Biohazard.
And this is all but over now. Shark Teeth basically counting down the time until the demise. One bar, I mean, we've seen real master comebacks, but in this situation, you know, we're talking about Biohazard fresh off of his third place performance at CEO. Looking to continue on with that momentum as we get closer to the end, and that is it. Biohazard 5 seconds early. 4, 3. There you go, right on point. Into the winner's side of top 8 here at Viennality. Cruising through decisive 3-0 victory, and that is not the last we'll see of Bane.
It was just a complete amount of control that we saw, right? It was at no point did it feel like Biohazard wasn't the one in the driver's seat. Like every single time that happened, it was whiff punish, anti-air, just staying there in the neutral, and then Shark Teeth would inevitably press a button because he must have felt like he had to.
Yeah, definitely. It's excuse me, I'm caught up in this European delicacy, the Jaffe cakes. It's
that's a UK delicacy right there.
UK, excuse me. Will you tell the people about this glorious cake that I'm eating?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to go into too much detail actually, but to be fair, I think that it's a tasty treat. I've brought over a nice amount because, you know, some of you guys are putting in so much effort traveling over here. You know, you've got like Honeybee and Bio, Hayate, yourself, and plenty of people in Europe that haven't had the chance to sample the delights. I can hear there's some hype going on in the background.
Must be the French guys in the building.
It's got to be.
So the French guys are in the building. I can't tell which one it is. I'm just eating my cakes. I don't even have to leave. I can be a fat European instead of an American, and it's okay. So don't mind me. Take it away.
So I believe our next match is the next pool. So our next pool's winners finals. This should be Do Basic versus Irish Mantis. I mean, I can't see the stage, so might not be, but I'm assuming that is our next match.
And
if it is the case,
good. I know I'm supposed to be a professional. I'm sorry, but like you hit me with the UK special, and like now I just don't care anymore.
You've got an entire mound of them under there, so you can just kind of go ham.
You know, just the stash. Just stay out of my stash. It's
I've got plenty of them left. But to be fair, if the next matchup is going to be Enchantress versus Atrocitus, I must admit, it's not a matchup I've ever seen before.
He played Wonder Woman as well, so we never know what we're going to see. But in the most, no one wrote this. If you did your fantasy bracket, you know, you don't have Irish Mantis versus Do Basics, you know. Do Basics representing Russia and Irish Mantis, obviously, Ireland, you know, to the death. One of these men is going to sit in the winner's side of top 8. You know, that's going to guarantee them at least 5th place, so that's a chunk of points. And with EU's Online Cup coming up, you know, they have a second chance to, you know, solidify that spot. And second or first here, and you are in the mix for the finals through points. So very important match here. It can change the crux of the entire European scene in terms of who's going to make it to finals and maybe shake some Americans out of the picture as well.
So, you know, Irish Mantis, he has a really good chance in the online tournament, you know,
Yes.
the online portion of the IPS. He has a really good shot at doing well in that, which means he's going to get a little bit of a points injection.
Ooh.
He is good enough by far to do well in this tournament, you know, because let's not even forget, he did, you know, respectfully at Combo Breaker and in the GGA local before had got top 3. He's able to defeat the likes of, you know, he'd beat Slayer. I believe
Gross.
twice he'd beat Slayer.
Yeah.
He beat Gross
3-0.
3-0
Yeah,
against
so-
Gross. Like, who even is able to do that? And then obviously he was able to defeat Coach Steve as well.
Yeah.
So Irish Madness has the talent to take out some really class level players, because he himself has been a top Netherrealm player for the longest time. You know, the stunt double Johnny Cage of Europe in
Yeah, man,
MKX by far, and then in Injustice. He's one of those players that you would almost compare to like a Tweedy in that it took about a year to find his feet. You know, Mantis didn't really, not saying Tweedy didn't obviously, but Mantis didn't really gel with the game amazingly well at the very beginning. But once he found his feet with Atrocitus, that completely transformed, and now he's by far one of the most dangerous players in Europe.
Absolutely.
You know, year 2 is his year of Injustice.
This is pool C, but in fact, we wanted to save those matches to make sure you got all the qualifiers from Pool A, B, and C. Pool D will be on later, but currently right now, as we said, we saw Bio Cruz. You know, just call it what it is.
It was
Cruised
easy.
his way into top 8 here, and now Irish Mantis looking to, you know, punch that stamp and get ever so close to the finals in LA.
But if there's something that maybe none of us expected, if it happens,
Do basics?
Enchantress, winner side top 8?
Wonder Woman?
What?
You know, it's... You
If it is
thought it was a
Enchantress.
foregone conclusion, you know. I heard that, you know, you should just come over here and get those free points. But apparently, not so fast. These guys ready to just shake things up from the jump in pool play. And, you know, Hayate's playing through his pool right now. Tekken Master's still in there. The rest of the Middle Eastern guys, you know, showing some skill back here. You never know, and this is why we play the game.
Yeah, when it comes to, you know, our Middle Eastern players, we have Tekken Master, obviously Shark Teeth. They're kind of the ones that you guys will be familiar with, but we have, you know, a lot of Tekken Masters training partners in the tennis, you know, X's E's,
Yes.
you know, who in many ways is a massively, massively talented player.
Yeah, he's been like one of the secret weapons over there. We talk about the guys not having an opportunity, where here you go. We are here at
This is the
Viennality,
opportunity.
and we're going to get into this Irish Mantis versus Do Basics right now. Coming up, who will it be? Irish Mantis pandering to the crowd like he always does. And Do Basics happy to be here. Peace sign and a smile. Very casual.
And we just Irish Madness. The one thing about Madness, which I think is great, is that his energy is quite contagious. You know, this guy, he has a lot of fun at events. From like first thing in the morning when everyone's just woken up and they're super tired, he has like the most energy of anyone in the room.
And it's going to be Wonder Woman. Enchantress not quite yet, as a BBC chant erupts from the crowd. I'm sure they're talking about the news channel over here. You know,
I mean,
and
yeah,
it's-
we
and
are
it's
in
all
Europe.
good. Yes, Europe.
With 100% certainty, that's what
Absolutely.
they're talking about. Now, this matchup makes a lot of sense. Both characters very, very strong on the ground, but when it comes to Atrocitus, you know, almost entirely his game plan is going to be with his feet on the floor. So with that in mind, Wonder Woman, she has more range than he does, a little bit more speed than he does. You know, if he's going to poke with forward 2, she can poke with maybe a back 2 or something and actually outspeed it if they do it at the same time. So we'll kind of see, you know, what happens in this matchup. But I like the matchup choice that we can see.
All right, I've been trying to keep my eyes on Wonder Woman players around the world. Maybe I
Yes,
can
you
learn
have.
something so I don't be as washed up. Gonna go ahead and absorb some Wonder Woman tech from our young Russian friend here and see how it works out. This is now game 1, guys. All right, these European button checks are a little too much. Too much.
I thought North American checks were long.
Chill, yeah, I know.
I thought you guys took ages.
This is actually, he's doing a full combo. Can I stop this, or do
We
I
can
not
literally-
have jurisdiction in
We
Europe?
can literally hear a full combo, like with the
And now you're, can we ban Irish Mantis already?
That was
Play the
PM.
match, my guy.
disrespectful. Get him out of the tournament.
Yes, 2-0, Do Basics, let's go.
Now, those of you that know Do Basically, this guy streams almost every day.
Oh my God, Mantis, play the match already. What is wrong with this man?
He just needs to get the hype, my dude.
I can't deal with this guy.
All right, we're loading in now.
All right, I'd like to apologize on behalf of Irish Mantis.
So while we begin, actually, as a Wonder Woman player, how do you normally find this matchup goes for the people at home?
I think it's pretty even. Shield has a pretty good job dealing with the Atrocity Shield. Once the trade is out, take your time. You can outspace there. You can actually, if he whips a forward two like a main, you can parry the next one on reaction and get a full combo punch before the mix-up even comes out.
Now, I think almost immediately, Mantis knows how much respect Do Basic will show to call to call Dexter from that range. Very brave, but you know you can do it if they respect you.
Yeah, right there, very brave by Dubasi's throwing the shield that close, going right over the head, but short delay wake up, not quite enough to get the combo. And blocking properly is Irish Mantis, not allowing himself to get hit with the European reset as we are, you know, on this side of the Atlantic.
I think Manus will actually almost like take that damage as currency to guarantee Dexstar, because he knows the second he has the cat available, he's going to open up some of those mix-up options on top of pressure too. And the fact that basic, if he gets a bar out of him push block, he's only got one of them.
Absolutely, keeping it safe now. Irish Mantis with the solid play, not as crazy of as atrocities as we've seen, you know, from the likes of like a Tekken Master or like so much they get those extremely hard reads. More the vein of the Coach Steve class where these guys are relying on their neutral, waiting for the cat, and then they're ready to play.
A wonderful pickup on that blood lift. We're going to see the interaction for extra damage, and this is probably going to be the round using the shield just to guarantee. And Mantis, a little bit of style, a little bit of spice.
Yeah, some optimization to go right alongside that. And I like the seal from Irish Mantis. Using that load the ring. Don't forget, Atrocitus does own one of those. We don't see that string often, but it's really cool animation. I love it.
It's a great animation. And actually, the fact that it comes out as a low means some of those nitty-gritty combos at the end, you have a higher chance of landing them because the hitbox is on the floor. And if they're close to the floor, obviously that's going to combo much better.
Right here, this is the exclusive to Irish Mantis, the Blood Siphon. Has no problem standing in front of you and taking that damage over time as it all adds up. Add an optimal combo on top of it, and 396 damage plus what came over time.
I mean, Mantis dropped the end, but that was going to save him like, what, an extra 2%. He'd done the damage, he'd done the deed, and now he can focus on that grounded game again, poking with the sort of blood breath, purely because she is on the ground so much. You know, the risk of a jump is very low.
And there's the risk right there. The wake-up punch is trying to get some space in between them, looking for the safe Dexstar call.
Needs to catch it. Yep, there's a whip punish on the back 2-3, probably going to see a clash. Goes for the delay.
Yeah, he was looking for the air tech, I would guess. But here comes Dexstar, and we're talking chip damage territory. And this Blood Siphon, in fact, does kill over time, but the throw from Basic not going to go out that easy.
No, even an opportunity to clash. Surprised we didn't even see him try, to be fair, in that situation. But now this is the location where, does he understand that Mantis is pretty strong on the ground here? So does he now try and change character? You know, is he going to go with Wonder Woman, or is he going to give himself that one-game situation where if he changes after two, I mean, is it the right call to make?
Yeah, big decision here, but he did, in fact, head back to the character select screen, has the entire roster at his disposal. What Basic has in the lockdown, and you heard the name, and I promise you, I would tell you what exactly happened under this chair, but let's just see catch-ups a little closer to me than before, or as the Tetris comes on the screen. Basic gonna go with the switch early on. Game 2, love the hairstyle.
Now, you know, for those that are unaware, she's such a unique character. A lot of things like that, you know, that trait being able to summon. No, not the trait, sorry. It's not the minion as a special move by itself. We'll see what happens.
Oh, and just a bit early on that air dash, getting in the range of that spit. And no connection there. Can get a small combo from that point, but instead is going to rely on the space game. Big time whip, no attempt on the punish.
I just completely butchered her trait, by the way. Of course it is the minions. She sees so little of this character.
It's okay. You know, people are trying to figure out where exactly she stands. Is she any good? But not able to get the offense going now. The security of Dexstar able to save Mantis out of that combo, which would have been a punish on the short delay from Basic.
But again, it comes down to the fact that she's super tricky. And that's the thing, you know, those spells that she can adapt, it's very much like a Wonder Woman trait. You know, I don't think Basic is going to be, I think, too uncomfortable with a variable special that can do multiple things and adapting accordingly.
Wow, a nice dash up into the sweep. He's going to get away there. Great use of the shield to send that ball right back. Punish? Yes, doesn't even have to duck under back dash. Just gets the punch immediately.
I love the knowledge. You know, and if you're going to specialize in this character, you're going to have those nitty-gritty details on lockdown. And there's the push full combo.
Talking about nitty-gritty details, and Tantris can, in fact, change the timing on when she wants to meter burn that spell. Maybe she lets the entirety go for free, or maybe she sends it for that launcher as Basic now in the driver's seat. Hey, you try to wake up, I got my little friend in the back, he's on the way.
Now, I do believe that 3-hit string, 1-1-2 or 1-2-2 come from the annotation of top head, but it is slightly plus on block, so I think that's why we see the down one come through. Irish Mantis knowing that and respecting it.
Oh, and this could be a punish. Yes, gets the full dash up in there, the knockdown for the safe trait call, and right back at you. Character power on top of character power. Oh, here's an unblockable interactable. If that wasn't the most injustice sequence you've seen in a little bit, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Now we have 4 bars. If we see a clash, he's in a great situation, but it's bursted for 3 of Mantis. Not a lot of resources actually spent this entire time. It's very poke heavy, very special move heavy. That's going to get rid of the Siphon.
Oh, and trying to mix it up. The second hit of that 1-2 is an overhead, but instead goes for the sweep. Irish Mantis
I put a spell on you.
1-1-1 into just raw puddle. That is a next level read of a challenge if I've ever seen one.
There's something in the air about these Red Lanterns, man. They must be all combined at once. Backing up now, and this is going to be a punish once again.
That's going to be data for Mantis. He now knows he has to respect the trait's going to try and guarantee the jump in, but I love the back step with punish for Dave.
And that's the beautiful stuff you love to see in fighting games. Doesn't quite get the punish on the air tech. Instead, loses position back to the wall. Irish Mantis in control of the push block. Character power for character power. What's it going to be? The blood siphon.
There we go.
Will he get saved?
Oh! My man coming in to save the day.
Low light situations, not going to push block, going to allow him a chance with the Dexstar. All he gets is the shield. Air dashes his way in, looking for a mix-up opportunity. Spit to try to keep him out.
That was wonderful damage. Calculation from
And
Basic,
that is
by
a
the way.
unclashable damage right now. Do Basic in control, spins it, goes to the life drain instead of meter.
Oh my, no! Oh no, if there was one spell he needed at the magic time, it was that one.
And the spell coming through that would damage Irish Mantis whether he jumped or crouched, and he simply crouched to his death. You saw he kind of did the he wasn't a big fan of that, but in fighting games, we take those as the Basic ties it up one game to
I mean, the
one.
second that happens, Atrocitus can't do any of the specials because they're always quarter circles, right? Down
Absolutely.
forward.
All right, trying to meet him with the air-to-air, but instead gets the knockdown. Great challenge of the poke, and Basic looks infinitely more comfortable as potential.
Absolutely, yeah. She's such a unique character, has so many little tricks and some would say gimmicks, but in a tournament setting, if you're not familiar with the matchup or super comfortable, I mean, that's not going to be Basic's problem.
Well, get familiar with the corner as the Drake comes to help and gets himself reset. Big time scaling, but should be enough for the kill, and do Basic carrying off that momentum from the last game. And yeah, the smile on the faces right now just as exciting as this Enchantress game is.
Absolutely. We're going to see a nice bit of optimization from Mantis, and the Siphon is going to get a little bit of healing, but to be honest, he's in the second life bar. It's not going to do anything. It's more going to focus towards that burst, which can be boss.
And pulls him in the second hit of that string, a yank towards the screen as he basically uses his frame advantage to jump out of the corner. Walk up throw like a true boss. Boot to the face, and what is the mix up? No, he goes for the wake up.
Very risky stuff, but he hasn't got the bar to meter burn, so Basic lives another day. The question is for how long?
And punish this time on the Dexstar summon very early and unfortunate. Gonna get a mix up into the background bounce. No, dropped combo instead.
I think that was definitely a self tempo for those background bounces, giving a hard knockdown. The fact that he had character power locked and loaded, we might have seen something dirty on that, but unfortunately there was a drop.
Irish Mantis is gonna live to see another day in great punish, but it isn't gonna get much for it. Tries to be optimal by jumping over, but a little too much gravity deterioration on the jump 3 instead.
At least in this situation, he took no damage. So the goal for Mantis was do damage and not trade. Because when he's got just half left, he can't afford it.
Yeah, and Basic is going to elect for the spacing here. Wasn't going to eat too much more from that combo, but would have been in a detrimental situation in terms of damage and not having the resources. So it elects to use the clash early. 2 bars to recover 25% and caught on the startup of that projectile shield.
Funky conversion you're seeing attempted to go for the mix-up. Yeah, I think he was expecting the low right there. Would have been a great payout. Dexstar made the low more likely.
A lot of expectation coming on right now. These guys just throwing out special moves from a distance. Keeping it safe now is Irish Mantis.
With punish!
Yeah, big time. This may be enough. No, doesn't have the meter to extend.
That is unfortunate.
Right,
3 out of nowhere.
Into the Dexstar summon. We'll see how Basic elects to spin his meter. Exactly. Push block gets Dexstar out of there. Back to the wall. Irish Mantis still has access to the clash. Looks for the interruption, but a little too late.
He finally has the bar of meter. The air tech tries to jump through to chase it down, but it's not enough. No blood breath either.
Here's
Mantis.
a chance. No Dexstar, no bar. Phase the forward 3. Big time scare there. No whiff punish this time, but getting closer now. Both defense afraid to throw out anything. Mix up, stays in front, keeps it safe.
We see Dexstar. We do. He has the safety, and now Basic's in trouble.
And that was a punish. He's going to try to throw some pressure, but uses the gap to let go of the Dexstar trait, and great recognition from Irish Mantis as he fights back. A slugfest now. These guys going at it 1 game apiece, back to back to back, and Irish Mantis up 2-1.
I mean, this is a straight up matchup of knowledge versus knowledge. How much do you know about this matchup, mate? Because if it's not enough, then I'm just going to run rings around you.
Here's the run back, using the background bounce to get the extension on the combo and still sneak that back 3 in there. And pushes through the shield. You talk about recognition, and right on cue to Basic.
Goes in for the knockdown instead. I mean, that is somewhat the background bounce. It's not
here we
quite
go.
the same.
Second chance, right?
Yeah. He's giving him a chance. What a nice guy, Mantis. Knockdown on the 1-2-2. Now there's the trade.
Oh, what's up? We're just gonna. What's up? I'm not afraid of this.
There's 2v2! No one told me this was a versus game!
I know. Hey, I heard some rumors about. Oh, did Boo just tweet me? Hold up. Versus on deck for the next game. Not really. Backs up, unblockable, interactive. I'm pretty sure Enchantress doesn't ride the motorcycle in this form, but this should be enough. Keeps him in the corner. A lot of heavy attacks in that combo and chip damage territory as Dude Basic swings back.
And Do Basic could afford to go into the back-to-back down one there. Matt is clearly trying to take the minus frames to secure a grab, but with the health that Do Basic has, he can take those risks. Who cares?
That was really risky right there, using that air punch walk to escape. Could have gotten a punish on the way down, but just out of the range is Irish Mantis, and a big-time punish. Negative 800 on the blood puddle, gets a full dash in and full combo conversion.
But at the very least, these two characters are both very meter intensive for their damage. That's the thing.
You're welcome to try.
Here's the trait. Trade? That's the word I was looking for.
And again, this time, instead of positioning Alex to get the character power loose, Irish Mantis backdashing for his life. He's gonna run right into the trade.
I'll be honest, I forgot he was there.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about recognition and awareness. The only person who needed to know was Do Basic, and he has been on point with his spacing and character summons here in this game for it. He not want to go to losers just yet.
He needs the cycle because he needs to get that health back. He's now built up to the point where he can go for the blast if he needs to.
And should be enough. No, one more chance and gets the meter trade out.
You cheeky devil.
I can't believe he snuck that in like a true god. Stand 2. He's going to trade meter for a second chance at health, and all of this is bonus damage for Do Basic.
And if you're Mantis, that's going to be so annoying.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you were one hit from death and you landed it.
And he does it again! What a god!
This guy just refuses to die, KP.
All right, once more, and get the hit on the combo conversion. Do Basic, actually the Enchantress god right now, as he finally gets clipped with the back 2, fighting so desperately to gain as much free damage as he could in that first health bar.
He had to drop the combo. He couldn't end it with anything. He had to lose corner carry on that.
With the whip punish once again, Irish Mantis. This is all but over one guess here on the mix-up corner. And there it is. You see that once again, again, standing 1 into 2 is an overhead. So he's just throwing out the jab and going into the sweep immediately. Great recognition and a great way to try to make your own mix-up with this character.
Now, this trait, it means that Mantis has to really back off. Can't use the siphon. Jumped over! The punch flow connects!
Oh, that was beautiful. He was a second, a frame away from that spell coming out and killing him. And not like this, Ketchup. We've seen it time and time again.
Oh, my word.
Bets it all on the 50-50. How NRS of you to bet it all right there. And decisive game 5. Both of these men delivering.
The thing is, that risk was actually very uncharacteristic of Mantis. He normally doesn't go for it. And I feel like he was trying to use that raw mix-up to his advantage. But Do Basic, he knows about that mix-up. Some people say you can react to it if you're super on point, and this guy is on point.
All right, there's a throw. Nice tag from Do Basic. He is locked in. All of the overheads to get the punish. Once again, refuses to give up any free damage. And the forward 3, great spacing tool. Enchantress can, in fact, place it close, medium, and far as he uses the air dash to escape.
I mean, it's a normal in itself. It's not just a forward 3, it's that positioning tool. It's almost like a projectile using it and keep weight. And when they're both on the floor, as often as these two characters are, the forward 3 is a big risk. Nice read on the air dash!
And the great punish from Do Basic as he takes about half of his health after that the knockdown, half of the deck start time.
Oh my god!
Stop it. Too much conversion. This man is ready.
How did he still get the combo on that KP? What is going on?
All right, Siphon is up. Damage over time. Irish Mantis, the smart man, taking every bit of health he can as he works his way towards the winner's top 8, but Do Basic fighting back. There's the whip. Doesn't go into the knockdown, just simply uses the down one for frame advantage. For now, on the juggle, there's the combo into the knockdown.
I'm not particularly sure that back forward 1 was intentional from Atrocitus. I think he was really trying to go for something else. Might have got a bit of an input error right there, but that might be whiff punished by that crouch.
Ooh, it catches him right before death. Irish Mantis so slick, taking a punch here. Maybe a combo and the raw blood puddle. How's your feet? Are you not watching him? Get ready to go for this ride.
Expecting a grab and going in for the grab, and unfortunately the forward 3 is a bit too close, falling victim to it.
All right,
now the tray again.
Yeah, no escape that time for Irish Mantis. Do Basic had not moved, simply waiting for a jump out or a different form of escape, and dash up, not close enough for the punch.
Now this is going to be match point for Do Basic if he wins this round. He's going to move on into top 8 winner side.
Oh, and the classic there, EX spit a lot of juggle properties on that, and great conversion, fantastic recognition, and great combo route on top of it to get the job done.
This is going to be match point for both players. A little bit of extra meter from Do Basic,
and you
taking
see
the nice frames.
You saw the layers coming into the mix-up there with the stand one into the back one, trying to get full combos now that he has Irish Mantis standing there blocking, but who needs to block when you're on the offensive? Mantis, another bar feeder to the corner we go. Oh, drops the combo.
I think he just wants to get out of there, keep that distance game, get Dexstar back. We might see one Dexstar sequence taking through, going in for the 1-2-2 because it is going to be plus on block, enforcing that pressure.
Great block here, jumps over, looking for the cross-up, and he may be conditioned. Irish Mantis blocking all of these sweeps successfully and trying to wake up, breaks it. No chance for a clash, and DoBasic is in trouble.
I can only assume DoBasic thought he was going to go for the wake-up Dexstar. We can see a chunk coming through the crowd. They do want Madness to take it.
Oh, the siphon is out, and that may be it, and that is it. Great throw tech from DoBasic, but the follow-up trait. And Irish Mantis using all of the tools in his disposal. Fantastic set as the Irishman popping off, making it into the winner's top 8.
That was absolute madness. That was the matchup I think every single one of us was hoping to see. We got what we were looking for. Madness calling out his competition, and he's going to be winner side top 8, which is a great position to be in, seeing as Madness had quite an impressive run at Combo Breaker, but DoBasic still
that was
in this
godlike.
tournament.
I'm sorry, I can't
Still
hold that
tournament.
in. That was so godlike. Both of these men fighting tooth and nail early on, and then that now sends DoBasic into losers, where he awaits the winner of Nivek and the man he put in losers in Honeybee. It doesn't get any better than this. You cannot write it.
I mean, that's the thing. To even be here, DoBasic had to beat Honeybee to be in winner side.
I can't deal with this. It's not even, we're not even to top 8 just yet.
Look, what we can agree on right then is DoBasic gave us all a masterclass of what this character is capable of. You know, there's always a talk of, is this character any good? Is this character reliable in tournament? I think DoBasic is doing a wonderful job of showing us, yes.
And the crazy part, he starts the game with Wonder Woman. Now, let's say he runs into it. If he makes top 8, what does he do from here on out? Does he go with Enchantress from the beginning? Does he ride that wave, that momentum? Because he played extremely solid, and his Enchantress is looking infinitely more impressive than his Wonder Woman. So who knows what's going on in the mind of that young man, but he is one away from top 8 at a premier tournament here on the 3rd leg of the IPS tournament. 2 more premier majors to go, a couple of online tournaments, you know, all across, and time is, that clock is ticking.
I mean, we went from the announcement coming, you know, kind of within almost like late spring. So we go, right, let's all start the grind. Let's get everyone on board. And they start practicing again. And like, I've been snapping my fingers. I'm already like halfway through.
Yeah,
so this has been quite a fast turnaround. But, you know, these players, the grind has never stopped. They've been making sure that they have all the preparation in the world. You know, the second we saw IPS announced, I think the training regimen for a lot of these guys just doubled. You know,
Green Arrow.
Yeah, Green Arrow, this is a run back if the character selection serves me right. That was Green Arrow and Supergirl, which means it's probably Shark Teeth and Yamini.
Yes, so this is to make loser's side top 8 for Group A, I believe.
Begin.
And if I got that wrong, we'll correct it in the bracket, but that is the man, the myth, the legend of last year's Viennality, Yamini, bringing out that Green Arrow. We'll get those names switched for you, no big deal. And yeah, button checks galore right now.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a run back and a half. It was in fact Shark Teeth that took it over Yamini. It was 3-1. But to be honest with you, almost every single game was a close one. That's the thing. A lot of games were super close. I think Shark Teeth just had a little bit of extra clutch, which goes a long way in a fighting game tournament. But when a run back presents itself as an opportunity, adaptation. You know, adaptation is where we become a lot more prominent.
All right, here we go. It will be Yamini as Green Arrow and Shark Teeth as Supergirl. Hold your horses, kids. We'll get those names fixed in a second. As Yamini starts with the offense, checks in with the down 1 into the Hurricane boat. Loads up that Ice Arrow, looking for combo potential immediately.
Now, one thing we saw in this matchup off stream earlier in the day was that Yamini much favors the electric arrows in this matchup. I think it's very much because he wants to go toe-to-toe with the lasers. He wants the speed. He wants to be able to trade.
All right, and a whiff there. Oh, could have gotten a bigger punish, but he'll take the slide. Any damage is good damage. Here comes the hit confirmed, and there you go, right on cue. Electric arrows loaded in the corner. Not sure what he's looking for, but corners himself. And now this is where Supergirl gets the bulk of her damage into the loops. Oh, getting a little slick, and Shark Teeth in right back at you. This should be an easy conversion for Yamini. Does he have enough to kill? Oh, going for the swag stuff there. I'm not sure on the optimization of that combo, and he'll wake up to follow. Yeah, bad decision there from Yamini.
Well, we know it would have done enough damage to kill. He just put all his eggs in one basket. Of course, he drops the combo, and now using the meter burn properties of that trait, just establish some space and get some chip damage. You know, anything Shark Teeth does here is going to be bonus damage, and that's why he took such a big risk, I think, right
and
there.
lucky situation there. Shark Teeth taking a big risk of his own with that meter burn teleport to keep positioning, and you know, if it hits, why not? But if he's feeling that comfortable, I can definitely understand it as the slide whiffs. Not a whiff punish, but caught Yamini pressing buttons a little too early.
Doesn't block the back 1-2, goes in for the wake up, and Green Arrow has so many wake up attacks, it really can be a mix up of which ones he's going to go for.
All right, loads up the fire arrows now, looking for the big damage in terms of the archery, but Supergirl playing it safe, outzoning him with the laser, so slick and clean. It's Shark Teeth going in zoning.
Yep, and I actually like the call from the low arrows, but interrupting the gap between Hurricane Bow, a wonderful amount of knowledge. There is a gap in between the regular and meter burn. Now going in, Rock of Eternity. Plenty of environment interactions, but I would definitely say favor Supergirl more here.
Yeah, it's the hard knockdown. Power characters is going to toss all of that artwork all around, plus frames after the EX, and slowly but surely is Shark Teeth closing the door here on game 1. There's the ice arrow to follow it and runs right into the breath. Green Arrow having a hard time getting in.
Yeah, he's in a precarious position. He can't really afford to go for anything like arrow based, but because of that, you know, he trades with the laser beam, and that's it. He's going to go down in one game, which has in fact happened.
All right, Shark Teeth looking to play the villain here, as the people at home definitely cheering for Yemeni in full force. He seems a bit more calm now from the Biohazard match. You know, his button seemingly on point, and Supergirl getting the job done.
Well, the thing is, Shark Teeth normally plays incredibly disciplined and very clean.
Yes.
And against Biohazard, I felt like he was playing very obviously uncomfortable. You know, it was an uncharacteristic sort of play style from him, because normally he's quite composed regardless of what happens. So it's nice to see right now he's actually gone back to the composure that we know he can do. Lovely anti-air on the down 2, spending his bar of meter on the combo. Not a bad start.
All he had to do was wait, and the wake up Savage Blast right on point, but the forward dash not plus enough to beat out the wake up lasers. And great recognition, knowing he didn't have the bar for the continuation, just takes all of the damage he can. Pretty optimized stuff from Shark Teeth so far.
And just like that, 50% health is going to be down already. No substantial opening just yet. A little bit of a combo there.
Yeah, more patience. He's only eating the normal arrows, and there you go, the electric coming around. I don't think you're going to react to those, but big home run swing for the back three, and I'm not sure how great the baseball players are in Israel, but they aren't here in Injustice 2. As the interruption, great recognition.
I respect the reset attempt from Shark Teeth. He knew that the combo wasn't doing enough damage, and he doesn't want to deal with the wake-up mix-up of Green Arrows. So the forward 3, if it connected, would have taken the round, but it has actually given him the opening he needs. Has to block the Frost Breath, but he still has a speck of life left.
All right, same side, great throw tech. Gonna get the whip punish now, and Yemeni's surviving on this health bar. Let's see how he decides to follow this. Same side, and a throw tech once again. All right, enough games. Let me get this chip damage out of the way.
The exact same mix-up. Maybe if I go for the same thing again, surely he won't take this time.
All right, now the 1% arrow should be enough to get the job here. No, but we've been surprised. We've seen how little damage they do, and who cares if you can't even get the connection. But finally, Yemeni closes it out. Not too big of a deficit here.
Now it's as close as we kind of remember from the winner's side bracket. Just to remind everyone, this was a 3-1 result with 4-2 Shark Teeth. But this was the matchup we saw. There was a very sort of full speed heavy game. A huge emphasis on the lightning arrows, the low shot, really forcing Supergirl into the air. But when she inevitably gets in, you have to watch out for those down 1 and Hurricane Bows. You know, he gets a lot of mileage. He's very slippery as a character.
All right, wow, and great short delay into the down 2 to interrupt. I like the idea of Shark Teeth looking to chase him down. Plus frames on the electric arrow. Oh my word! Beautiful stuff. The only way Green Arrow was not getting hit is if the electric arrow came out in time.
Charge it at your own risk.
And
Yemeni is going to be not afraid.
Are we going to talk about how that ball of ice just hit him in the back and he didn't get frozen?
That was sick.
Did the laser just go through the ice? Is that how that works?
He's just arming everywhere, isn't it?
All right, the Injustice 2 lost questions. We'll figure it out.
Superhero utility, mate.
Tries to figure it out. Back to the electric arrows now. He's going to need a combo or 2. And caught pressing a button does not flash and won't have an opportunity at this point. Full charge back through. Stop it.
I mean, that's no reason to do that, but he's going to give himself that little bit of a nice little exclamation point on the end of the match. But this means it's 2-0.
Yeah, Shark Teeth taking a gulp of that water, knocking on the door into top 8. Yemeni, whatever's left in that tank, in that water bottle, he needs to drink all of it and figure it out immediately as he is running out of time on his loser's life.
This is a difficult situation to be in. When you're 2-0 down, you have no choice but to take 3 straight games. Easier said than done. I mean, even on the best of days, let alone in Injustice Pro Series, an elimination situation. Nice block on the down 1. Supergirl, not as good as it used to be in terms of those low pokes, but still can serve similar purposes in those little, exchanges.
All right, into the loop. Shark Teeth, same side, gets the continuation, doesn't quite finish the combo. What? Out of the range of the unblockable is Yemeni. Gets the loaded arrow up safely, which hasn't really been a big theme in this match. He's been eating eye lasers every time he wants to load.
we were able to see Yamini being a lot more aggressive when they played in Winners. I feel like very much this is Shark Teeth kind of dominating his neutral and forcing Yamini to play his game. This isn't what we saw before, but I feel like that's why he's having a harder time. And Yamini, he's struggling to really get his bearings here. Shark Teeth has just been all over him from start to finish, and that is going to be match point for Shark Teeth. This is the winner side top 8. Loser side top 8. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, and what a big, he even spent the bar meter to try to, you know, launch forward with that kick flip. But the only thing flipping is the down 2 and the lasers from Supergirl, and Shark Teeth is kind of cruising his way here into the loser's top 8.
But now Shark Teeth, the thing is, he can actually take these trades now. Yeah, look at the amount of health these guys have between them. If they were to trade projectiles all the way, Shark Teeth's going to win with a comfortable amount of life left.
Who needs to trade when you get the offense opened up? You're not allow him a chance to flash into Yamini in big time trouble.
Yeah, every time he gets opened up now, if it's going to be a frost, if it's going to be, you know, meter burn frost breath, it's going to be unflashable damage. If it's going to be a Valkyrie, again, unflashable. Like, this is a great situation for Shark Teeth to be in right now.
Yeah, and Yamini has to get, you know, more offensive now. He's going to need a steamroll and a miracle to get the finish job done.
Just staying out of the way of the down one.
Yeah,
for that obviously.
Because you can't even trade at this point. Each laser, the amount of chip damage coming out in preparation and comparison to what Green Arrow has loaded offensively is just doesn't compare. Too much.
Goes in for the frost breath. The down one's going to connect, but that's one victory of so many he needs, and now this is a difficult situation. The anti-air down 2, not even a chance to air.
Flashable there, and Shark Teeth 3-0 over Yamini, and it advances to the loser's top 8. We will see that young man playing for the title of Viennality champion tomorrow, and also trying to secure more of those coveted IPS points.
That was a little bit of a stressful situation for Shark Teeth. You know, when they played at Winners, it was super, super close. There were a couple of moments of, I think, you know, quite an amount of sloppiness, I think, because it was, you know, it's a nervous situation to be in this level of competition. But I think he recovered super nicely from losers, especially after that dominant loss to Biohazard. And it's good to see that he's been able to almost like conquer that mini demon that he had to face.
Yeah, it's a new day, man. The season 1 hopefuls, you know, trying to repeat performances at these events, it just hasn't happened. Even here, you know, Yamini going back, fantastic performance last year. It's just gonna come up short. You know, Shark Teeth ready to try to secure. Again, we talked about the Middle East guys out here in full force, 5 or 6 of their best guys, the ones that we've been hearing about consistently, looking to make that imprint on the tour and shake some things up, especially for all the guys back home, you know, watching and I don't want to say disarray, not just yet, but those guys sitting in that 10, 11, 12 spot, you know, 8, 9 with that points being so tight. They don't want to see a second or a third place, first place run from one of these guys. And the pressure's definitely on here in the building in Vienna.
Yeah, the thing for Shark Teeth is that he's had a lot of opportunities to, I think, adapt to a competitive environment. You know, Shark Teeth, he's another one of those players that's a young guy, but he's super passionate about NetherRealm games. He's been playing with Tekken Master for a very, very long time now. And even before we had Viennality, you know, we saw Shark Teeth at, you know, Combo Breaker, for example, where he was able to do a good result. He was able to defeat Dragon in the pool, which was not an expected result, to be honest. You know, Dragon was a favorite there. But that was a nice, I think, little kick-start to Shark Teeth's career with Injustice 2. And those big major tournaments that he's been attending, he's been getting experience. So now when he's at Viennality, it's giving him a chance to really just consistently shake it off and just get more, I think, crafted in this environment.
Yeah. Absolutely, you know, pretty decent performance at Combo Break, especially since everyone there. Goes the CEO, gets kind of humbled a bit, which is, you know, I think a better word, and starting to put it together. Like, okay, I'm good, but talent alone, like, isn't enough to carry the weight. Consistency is what makes you that guy. And as you look at season 2, you know, the guys who are grinding the most, who are putting the most time in, who know the game inside out, and just taking all of their theories, testing them, characters here, characters there, they're sitting atop the leaderboards. And yeah, Shark Teeth would love to join those greats. And again, I mean, we got to keep repeating it. It's a massive opportunity here. Not as much. I mean, we got a lot of Injustice left to play. Let's just keep it that way. And we're going to see who we got coming up next.
Well, looking at the pools that we have. Okay, so we're going into the
this is
pool B.
Nivik.
Yes, so we're going into pool B1 right now.
A huge gauntlet.
Honeybee being sent to losers by Do Basic means that he has to go through some really dangerous players, even if he wants to qualify for top 8, because he has Nivek in his path. He has Do Basic, where the run back might take place if he moves it on here. I mean, this is
yeah, so Honeybee difficult. Actually has to do 3 straight to make it to top 8.
Yes, he does.
What a gauntlet. Now, this is a run back. I saw this earlier. It was 3-0 Honeybee, Flash versus Cheetah. One match was so, like, Honeybee definitely made, like, a 130% comeback with like 5 health left. It was one of those Honeybee moments where he just does it.
It could almost be the greatest comeback you will ever see, all caps.
Yeah, I mean, clearly it was fixed, and they threw it, and it was fake.
Cough soundbite.
Yeah. All right. So if Honeybee wins here, it's definitely fake, and it doesn't count because, you know, greatest comeback ever, all caps. Don't forget the exclamation marks. We're not okay with that.
Separated with a space.
To get uploaded by content thieves immediately.
Wow. I can't believe you actually went there. But either way, there have been some real killers in this path. And I think this is going to be a great story for Honeybee. If there's one player in this entire bracket that I would say has what it takes, it is going to be the Flash God Lord. You know, this guy is, he's considered the greatest Flash for a reason, you know, because he has the clutch, he has the knowledge. The big thing, though, is execution. You almost never see Honeybee drop a combo, and when you're playing the Flash, you've got to make sure that you leave nothing on the table. You want to make sure you get knocked down, you get the damage.
All right, let's have the discussion because I haven't had it with you. All right, this is another one of the Middle Eastern guys coming through. A lot of the times we get caught up in the button checks and I just admire how godlike the gear is in the game, and that's why we always try to make sure that randomized gear is on at every event. Does Cheetah have bottom 5 gear in the game?
Look, I don't want to insult the game, but I do think Cheetah has the ugliest gear.
We are on the same page. I think Cheetah has bottom 5 gear in the game.
I'm not a fan. I mean, no, there's people out there that like it, and it's fair enough. I like the bone aesthetic. You know, I think it's pretty cool, but just goggles, bone goggles. But the Flash looks
all
sick.
right. I love her gameplay, though. She is Maniac, and right now, great down 2, dealing with none of your pound shenanigans is Honeybee as we set things off here. Canada trying to find its way over here. The North America is actually the lowest. We are actually the least populated at this event, so.
We had to see some of those small resets. Honeybee, obviously understanding he didn't have bar to go for the meter band lightning kick, so he had to go for those plus frames instead. Even though he actually got the mix-ups, it's going to be swiftly undone by a Cheetah reset. Here we go.
And this time we're going to spin the bar. We want big boy damage, but drops it. And because of that lead, he allows himself to be opened up, and you gave Flash corner damage. Great delay, wake up. I like the idea of the forward dash, probably looking for another deep jump, but Honeybee is going to take his time, extremely patient. Great throw.
The thing is, if you're fighting Honeybee's Flash, the one thing you can't do is give him an opening to down 2 if you're in.
Yeah.
Because he'll do it.
Eat my dust.
Now here we go, the clash comes through. Yeah, defending one bar. I understand it's Honeybee, there's no way he's going to even it out. We're punished on the dive bomb. Good catch. Definitely a favorable position for Honeybee. Both characters are incredibly agile, and even the down 2 trade, that's still going to be good for Honeybee too, because he's still on that first life bar. Just in case they leap. I like it, actually.
Yeah, Honeybee throwing out some feelers. I like it. Suction cup a little too early that time.
I don't think that's going to just like deter Hamo though, because
you're dead.
It whiffed. Yes, that's dead. Reset time. Here we go. Oh, mix up!
You're dead. You're actually dead. All right, one more mix. Honeybee looking for the optimal, spending all of the resources now. Good damage territory.
There's a down 2. You just can't jump in on this guy because his anti-air reactions incredibly on point, and the wake up because why not? He has everything to just keep a hold of.
All right, what game is 0? They're extremely close until, you know, it just fell apart. You had the clash early, and then you get opened up again. We're talking about the Flash. One touch, one bar, and his character power active. You're going to eat upwards of 500 and a mix-up right after.
He was off to a good start. You know, Honeybee, he landed those openings, but wasn't able to get damage because he had no bar. So when it was returned, you know, we saw very similar mix-ups actually on the other side from Cheetah. Those kind of like left or right mix-ups, who knows? But we didn't really see it recover too well. We kind of saw a reset attempt, it just didn't work out, and it kind of went downhill from there.
And I like the punish this time, catching him on the recovery frame. Great stuff.
But you can only leap against this man for so long. I think, you know, you only get away with a couple, but the ones you don't get away for, I think, will be punished significantly heavier than if you land an opening yourself. Reset. Guesses wrong on the overhead or low. Goes in for the mid, but a little bit too early on that one. It's going to drop the combo and give him an opening. But again, whiffing those dive bombs a little bit too predictable. Honeybee is going to be sniffing that out all day, every day. And that's round 1. East Coast Honeybee.
A little late on the punish there. Doesn't quite get it all, but we're going to have some unblockables. Going to leap right out of that range. Ooh, looking for the command grab. A great walkout for Honeybee.
I actually don't think those preemptive, like, you know, air shakes, I suppose you'd call them. I don't actually think they're working out. You know, we can see why Honeybee's trying to sort of like go in for them, because if we see a leap, maybe he'll get a full combo. But it's yet to work in 2 games.
All right, leaping his way in just shy. Hamo trying to get it in, and the cross up on the forward 3. Great stuff there. 366, nothing to shake at 4 points. Just out of range, looking at sweeping, and we're getting crazy now. Just jumping all over the screen and right under that command grab from the Hamo. Honeybee following it up, back 3. Again, 500 damage. What's the mix-up? Overhead.
It almost feels like Honeybee actually guessed right on that 50-50. It's either going to be overhead command grab or low, and in that instance, got the whiff punish because he guessed right and a swift 2-0 KP.
And that's so hard. That neutral jump 2 from Flash. 3. Count it. Not 1, not 2. 3 swift overhead kicks immediately to a down 1. Your blocking has to be on point, especially Honeybee setting it up so deep that you basically have, you know, a frame or two to get that connection on the bottom. And Kamo not able to get it. Honeybee mixing up. Flash got Lord. Not even impressed. You know, this is a man who's definitely a top 5 guy in the scene who feels himself. And not a smile or a smirk on his face. Honeybee on a mission trying to fight his way through the loser's bracket as the Kamo switches to Cyborg.
Yes, I was about to point that out when he did it in the character select. Now, he's not going to be able to get much of a punish on that. Right, kick, unfortunately, because the speed force is factoring in. We're going to get a reset into an overhead. Now, this isn't the world's worst matchup for Cyborg because of, like, obviously general zoning, but the thing is, he needs to get a good start for things to go well, because Cyborg, he struggles to recover. He can't really make comebacks in this game because of just his general tool set. He's all about the zoning, and now you're basically 100% life bar down. What is Hamo meant to do here? Like, this matchup is not favored now he's in the corner. Goes in for the trade, but he'll take that trade. He's still going to get a combo on this, by the way.
And Honeybee knew exactly what was happening. The easy cancel into the Fist of Fury, coming back for the trade. I mean, it's just next level stuff.
But the thing is, Canada has some really talented Cyborg players, so this is not going to be a matchup that Honeybee's not familiar with. He's going to know what he can do. That's why we saw that trade right there at the beginning of the first round.
All right, commits to that uppercut. Oh, the jump 3 catching him from the other side, but not once, not twice. Honeybee had enough of the jumping easy.
Oh, no.
Hey, yeah, this is big time trouble catch up. This actually may be done. One mix up, one side. Oh.
Goes in for the grab, and it's just not working out. Goes in for the wake up, but that's one small little victory of many that he's going to need, and it's not going to be enough. A very dominant 3-0 puts Honeybee forward in the bracket, but he still waits to go.
The ascension begins. Honeybee locked in, not looking to move one player at a time, one step at a time, and the gauntlet should continue. Should be Nivik up next.
Yeah, it depends on where we are in this bracket, but obviously we'll be ready to go. Honeybee, still ways to go, man. I mean, if he
is this actually the Honeybee? I need to know. Is this the Honeybee gauntlet? Is Honeybee going? Yeah, let it keep going. There's people need to see this.
I have no complaints with that whatsoever. But while we wait for our next match, actually, kind of take this time to remind you guys that have just joined in. This is Viennality 2K18 in Austria. You know, we're in Vienna, the heart of where we are right now. But the thing is it's the only stop in Europe. That's the thing to take away, is that if you're a European player and you don't get the opportunity to travel to the States much, because the thing is, it's an expensive trip.
Absolutely.
You know, and a lot of these European players, they're not sponsored, so their trips have to be self-funded. With that in mind, Viennality for a lot of these guys, and girls, whatever the case may be, is your only chance to not just necessarily get the points, but prove to people that you have what it takes to be among really top-tier competitions. You know, we have Do Basic waiting in losers final of this pool.
Could you imagine how devastating that would be for him to defeat Honeybee, give Irish Mantis all he can handle, and then fall in the saltiest place in fighting games?
Well, it comes down, to be honest with you, it comes down to whether you have enough in the tank. You know, because players can burn out so consistently. And it's players that don't have loads of, like, you know, travel experience.
Absolutely.
Flights, hotels, just traveling to different tournaments, going to different environments.
That's more to the testament of what it actually takes to do this. You know, fighting games are not just sitting comfortable at home. You know, we talk about the differences of online and offline. There's so much factors that go into it psychologically and just physically here. You have to keep it up. The mentality, like, there's just so much. You get devastated at home, whatever. Lean back, eat something, or throw a controller. It's fine. But
just go outside, get something to eat.
Your opponent is breathing down your neck. They can feel you as we move over the pool C. Wait a minute. Got a little clean up there. That is the God. Robin extraordinaire, my mans. Young Hayate, one of 3 Canadians trying to fight their way through. Also, you know, right there in the points mix up on that bottom half of, you know, potentially making the finals. And he is going up against who I feel like Europe's prodigy, the 16-year-old Dizzy TT, protege of young Foxy Grandpa.
That's the thing. Dizzy TT, you know, those of you might recognize this guy as the player who so nearly defeated Forever King in winners at CEO. And it would have been an insane.
I'm not okay with this look. He's got the hoodie on. He just stole my girlfriend that I don't have. Like, it's just, I can't believe, like, okay, Dizzy, I see you trying to be all intimidation through attractive, but unfortunately that doesn't work on Hayate. You saw the smile from Dizzy, nothing from Alex. Straight game face. Gonna be Hayate versus Catwoman, and we saw Dizzy give Forever King a run for his money.
That's the thing. It was so nearly a reverse 3-0, and this matchup again is gonna be very methodical, very, very, very neutral heavy, I feel. And it's just going to come down to just Catwoman trying to stay in that magic range, getting caught by the poke. Dizzy plays clean. That's the thing. Very clean.
Oh, this is a play check, right? Okay, because he definitely did DP three times.
Are you sure this is a button?
Yeah, free.
Okay, all right.
I mean, Hayate's been known to DP, but DP and then walk up DP first round? No, he conditions you first at the very least. He has a little bit of respect in the tank. All right,
dude,
game one.
Stone face from Hayate.
Yeah, very hard pull. Also in this pool, Tekken Master on the other side. So, you know, let's just slow it down at one pace at a time. There may be some other names in there I haven't just recognized or remembered from the bracket. But very space heavy zoning from both of these gentlemen.
And you know that Hayate, he's going to want to establish that full screen game, because if they both have pretty decent buttons and good jump ins, Catwoman kind of has the monopoly on that because of just the range of her jump 2, the range of her mid pokes. Anti-air, good catch. And again, it comes back to that clean gameplay. Dizzy, very disciplined for a young player.
All right, taking it down. The hard knock from the whip, going to chase him down into the corner, and we all know what Catwoman does in the corner, but Dizzy.
He's content taking the life lead.
I'm just going to walk back.
Neutral. He wants the neutral game more than the corner pressure, I think.
Such poise for such a young kid. He's actually just walking back. Here is a lesson in fighting games from the Book of Ultra David. Page 1 was actually blocked.
Exactly. The thing is, if you're winning the mid-screen and you're winning the neutral, play the neutral.
Page
Why
2,
even go near the corner?
Study your neutral. This man actually walked the entirety of the stage from right to left, only to get opened up in the corner. Here's the Birdarang setup. Nice sweep from Hayate. Overhead. Cross up, but doesn't combo.
Knowledge! Goes in for the wrong jump in. Probably goes in for the jump 1 to catch him on the way forward. Maybe should have done a 2 instead, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. In this competitive environment, tries to go through, but the forward 3 doesn't have the distance.
Yeah, I like the idea. Hayate caught trying to press buttons as indicated by the counter up top. Dizzy, very. Oh, and the early jump 1's going to eat all of this damage. Robin, a heavy hitting character into the setup.
I think he fancied his chances on the anti-air instant jump 1 more than he did the down 2, but unfortunately, whiffing the jump 1 gives him a full combo for his troubles.
All right, both of these men.
Oh my god, that was a shambler.
He's definitely looked for it. Hard knock, slap. Here's the whip, and Hayate in trouble now. Great blocks, patience. And not panicking, just checks him with that back 2, big sword to the chest. And again, Dizzy, so much poise. Wow, waiting.
It's just it's a level of control that you rarely see. He's playing this at a snail's pace. He's taking it one small micro play at a time. And you know, both these characters, they have pretty good damage in the corner. You know, Catwoman in particular. But Dizzy, he doesn't even want to be near it because he doesn't want to give Hayate even a chance at the reverse of momentum. Yeah, and Hayate taking his time as well. Is going to take any little bit of damage he can. No check. Doesn't want to play it. Wow. Recovers just in time, no punish, instead gets rid of the interactable. And that jump 3 from Robin, such a great jump normal. Yeah, it's a wonderful button. Goes in for the meaty low, whiffs. Not ready though for capitalization. Nice throw tech. Catches the backdash, even more, and not quite a combo, but Dizzy caught trying to escape, maybe another backdash. Either way, Robin now tying things up, well, finally getting to the second left bar. Half of Catwoman's health Hayate has personally, but 2 bars, we know how much damage Robin does, and there's the whip punish right on cue. Patience is what earned him that punish, and just like that, we have a game. And the moment Dizzy isn't patient at all is the moment he gets punished. And now things have been evened out, and the second time, eager again. The second he gets, you know, basically the second he starts to try and speed things up, now he's eating damage for it. This is exactly what separates high-level players from the rest. Dizzy has played wonderfully. He made 2 mistakes, and because of that, he's the one in trouble here. Hayate. How are you going to get a timeout, Catwoman versus Robin? We are at 45 seconds. Missed input there. Oh, the delay stagger, maybe expecting a throw tech, but the mid. And a punish on the whiff throw. Hayate does not commit to it, not expecting it to connect in time. And again, eventually one of these men is going to have to commit, and there it is. Robin gets the lunge. Should be enough. Now he's going to get the damage. Dizzy's in a bad situation. Goes for down
and
one.
He had to interrupt there. Great patience and poise of awareness. Short delay, mixing up the timings is Dizzy. To the wall now, forward dashing, and the spacing getting there. 20 seconds to catch up.
The anti-air.
No.
To the corner escape. No bar for the air tech. He needs one more opening.
Does he have enough to kill with
Oh
the
my
transition?
God!
Meter burn, back 3. How much scaling? It may be enough. Into the pool of death. Will Hayate survive the outside? He does.
We have
10
13 seconds.
Wait.
Goes in for the wake up and he takes the guaranteed chip. We almost had a timeout, KP.
Unreal. Hayate actually had a chance to push block there on the back 2, but goes for the big read at the end. Of course, Dizzy, for 239 seconds, simply walked back. There was no way he was going to press a button there and eat that assassin strike.
I guess maybe Hayate had a little bit of data because the 2 moments he got the big openings were the 2 times Dizzy was too eager. You know, he did the unsafe. He just pretty much went in there, just kind of caught a couple of buttons. But the second he slowed it down again, he was immediately back in control. If you're
right.
Hayate, you need to understand that you're in for the long haul with this one.
Yeah, game 2.
Slow-paced game again. It's going to be Dizzy, though, that's going to secure the first hit, giving him 2 bars of meter already. The meaty forward 3. Not even trying to take the challenge, just in case. Again, let's go back to neutral. Let's keep the life lead.
All right, Birdarings are more active now, getting out that trait. Some explosive damage, not much, but in this matchup between these 2 gentlemen, every little piece counts.
Dizzy kind of second-guessed that down to Andy. I really didn't want to hit a raw jump 3, because I'd say the reactions will confirm into uppercut if he sees an early jump 3 connect. Full combo. This is why you have to be careful. Robin, some of the highest damage in the game off a general B&B.
And a great air escape there. Doesn't try to follow up with anything, simply using his meter as a defensive resource. Both of these mids, so great. Masters of neutral right now, showing you what patience will get you in the jump 3.
Unfortunately, that anti-air attempt can't catch it. No whiff punish. Too far away.
Almost overcommits there. Who knows? Maybe Cat Dash gets there, but again, Dizzy's not the one to take the massive risk. Simply biding his time. There's the Birdarang. Has the teleport trade out in case he needs to escape the corner if things get a little too hairy.
They're going to trade it, but that's a trade that favors Hayate. Too far away for the whiff punish.
And 1 button at a time. These guys are not just matching strings. They are actually checking their distances and hit confirming into things. It's just beautiful sequence, and this is how you play the game.
Oh, wonderful. Looks like he get punished on that low whip.
Ooh, patience.
And now Hayate doing the exact same thing back to Dizzy, but the back 3 powers through. It's not going to be enough, but what a start. Oh, my, that was great.
Yeah, empty jump into pressure plus frames. Uses the push block to get away, and a little too far out is Dizzy. Fortunately, Hayate drops the combo for him and the anti-air to follow things up.
I know Hayate, I believe that might have been the forward 3 he went for there. Missed it by a split second. I know you can go for that specific setup that can chase down different options on wake up, but a big risk take.
Did you see the reaction from Dizzy onto that cloud? Luckily, it wasn't punishable for him. And Hayate disciplined enough to not try and press a button as he wanted to sneak his way in. Back 3 again. And great usage of that trait. Had it planted on the ground, knowing Dizzy was looking for the bomb, and instead opens up with the overhead.
And now that clash is going to allow Hayate to undo the damage, reset back to neutral for another time, but he's going to be in control because they have the same bar. No, he actually keeps the bar. Interesting.
But he keeps Dizzy towards the corner, but they make their way towards the middle of the stage now. Massive patience. These are the type of matches that as a fighting game player, as a competitor, this is what makes your blood boil. Like this feels so good to be a part of. The mental fortitude that goes into the patience. We are now under 100 seconds again.
My God, the whiff to bait the whiff, of which we see a whiff punish, but it's another whiff. What's going on?
So much poise. Both of these mids just refusing to give the other free opportunities. This is just straight out playing at its finest.
But when we go back to the slow game now, actually Hayate might get more damage on this clash in his favor than he could get from any opening.
All right, we're an extra 15%. Certainly never hurt anybody. 407 damage. That's enough for a meter burn DP and enough for a PNP to finish this off. Assassin Strike, and Hayate answers back 1 game to 1.
I feel like
what is actually, yeah. I felt like he was looking into my soul with that one. Like, yeah, I see you.
I feel like what Dizzy was doing there was he was whiffing quick recovering buttons with the intention of a whiff, because actually it worked a couple of times before where basically he was baiting Hayate to press a button, of which Robin recovers significantly slower. It's just, you know, by a hair's length, I think Dizzy misspaced those 2 mids enough that Hayate actually, instead of, you know, baiting it, got the straight up clean punish, and of course we react with uppercut.
The craziest thing is I just met Dizzy last week as CEO, and you know, it was his first big major like that to travel, and we talked about him he wasn't quite sure if he felt he had what it takes to compete with the best. And I was like, kid, after I saw that Forever King match, I was like, yo, you are definitely, you have the talent.
How many fighting game players of this age do we know can play this discipline against one of the best players? Not Hayate, IPS Season 1 finalist.
Yeah. Multi-time EVO finalist, E-League finalist, you name it, all the accolades. I mean, he is there.
Unfortunately, can't reacts to that overhead.
Just out of range for the sweep. And again, the spacing has been on point. This is one of those YouTube videos where if you want to talk about spacing and dissect footsies and show people how it's done, this is a showcase match happening right before your eyes.
We see no jump in from Dizzy because he acknowledges that he is at no angle to land anything. Goes in for the back three, but it's going to get blocked, so no whiff punish. That's very fortunate. Again, he's going back for the same bait.
Oh, and no whiff punish
the same
there. A little late. Yep, baited again. Hayate getting punished for his lack of response to the previous whiff moves by Dizzy and looking for the punish. Instead catches it spacing. He was at the tip of that down two, and Dizzy just could not reach with the buttons available to him in that situation. And now we're going. This is the biggest burst of offense we've seen in the entirety of the set so far. Wow, risky forward dash, but he just knew.
Not ready to commit into the jump in. That could have been massive damage going in for the forward three. Respect goes in for the forward three again. Maybe he'd been trying to chase down the escape, but it doesn't work out.
Oh, and jumps back a little too preemptively right onto that Birdarang. The Wayne tech, it always is going to do what it needs to do. As Damien, as much as he hates his daddy, he still uses the tech.
I mean, wow, can't have the best of both worlds, mate.
Yeah. All right, traits down the palm, catches the jump three, and now Hayate is becoming a little more... being more of a bully with his offense as he was walking Dizzy down faster than ever before. There's a swoop mix-up, tries to backdash his way out, but again, that Wayne tech just following him wherever he goes.
There's one more. Those fireballs are fantastic anti. I really feel like Hayate kind of has this neutral on the download, and now he's being able to sort of establish a little bit more pressure.
I love the shimmy forward walk. Looking for the wake-up was Dizzy, but instead, Hayate in control now has to clash and big life and meter deficit. Look to spin 2 bars here, get rid of that 25%. Yep.
Difficult position for Dizzy now because he's been actually whiffing way too many of those back threes. And even if they've been blocked, he's losing loads of bar on the meter burn versions.
And there it is, chip damage. And there's the Assassin Strike. Just got to run his way right into the W column. Hayate turning it around now 2 games to 1. And what do you even think of in this situation? You're playing amazingly. It's just the spacing. One little step here or one button that's 2 frames away here, and now you're dead.
And now we can see, obviously, having Foxy as the coach, this makes a lot of sense. These guys trained together extensively before E-League last year. Actually, Dizzy was the one player that gave Foxy the majority of Cattleman experience he needed, knowing, he had to qualify for the finals of the whole thing, right? And Dizzy was actually the main training partner Foxy had. Now he's taking the timeout. I think Foxy's advice actually was just take timeout. I think because you realized that he was getting flustered and it was going on for so long that I think Dizzy was progressively playing worse and worse. And I think that's showing signs of fatigue. Yeah, and now he can go back to counter second and undo that fatigue.
And Hayate sensed that immediately. You saw with the walk in and how he started getting the little flare on and walk step forward, a little shimmy shake. Not even going for the throws and then letting Dizzy whiff buttons into full combo back punish, full punishes, excuse me.
Now, as we go into what could be our final game, Hayate, normally a happy-go-lucky guy. Sometimes there's even a smirk here and there, but right now, like all business. Hayate knows that he needs these points. This could very well be the tournament that puts Hayate into the finals, guaranteed. Cannot mess around. Now, at the beginning, it was Dizzy that controlled this neutral, but it feels like as we go on and on, Hayate just getting more and more comfortable. Wonderful blocks, but you've got to hold these plus frames. Not pressing any buttons, content just blocking, now taking his turn, but the whiff! Backdash is not enough to save him. Yeah, too much range on those sword normals from Robin, and gonna keep him in the corner. Does not spend any meter, 330 damage. Here's the mix-up. He's gonna spend 2 bars for positioning. Doesn't quite get the continuation on the combo, but instead, control massively. Dizzy. No offense going here in this game. Dizzy looking incredibly uncomfortable right now. The second he's kind of being pressured, he's almost like too content blocking. I think he's giving up a lot of space, and moments where he might need to challenge, he seems afraid to now. Yeah, not looking for the low time game this time as Hayate. Great stuff. Caught pressing buttons. Dizzy with a challenge this time, and again, you talked about that. There he is, right on cue, trying to turn things around and let Hayate know, look, you're not just going to steamroll me. I understand the spacing game we're playing, a lot of neutral. But eventually I'm going to get a little crusty, Instant jump 3. Hayate kind of really scouting out that jump, and it's going to be match point. This is not winners finals of the pool. Let's not forget. This is a hard-fought match, but
Yeah,
it's not the end.
Tekken Master is on the other side, and if you're paying attention here in Vienna, you know, there's a guy from the Ukraine. His name is Pennywise. Says hi. He's been making some waves behind the scenes as Poison Ivy, you know, showing promise out here. So again, pool play was getting kind of crazy early on here at Viennality. And here's the background bounce. Hayate is running away with this one seemingly. Can Dizzy find the answer in time?
And the thing is, this match, it's not costing Hayate anything. He's keeping all of his resources. Now the clash has happened. He can choose to now hurt Dizzy. He could spend 3 bars and he'll still have 1 in the tank.
Yeah.
And it's going to force him to use all of that. That's why we saw 3-2. Forcing Dizzy to get rid of everything he has left. Happy to empty jump as well. Just let Dizzy spend the bar. Let him try and overextend. Maybe press the button.
And beautiful neutral jump there from Dizzy. He's able to get into that red health column now. Catwoman does a lot of damage, and if she can get him to the corner, we all know everything that builds up and mounts. And they're getting closer as they walk. Interactable's getting rid on the stage. Nice evade. Doesn't even give him chip damage.
But once again, Hayate, he's building bar for days, but now he has a clash.
And that is going to be close to it. 1 touch. Great patience from Hayate. Didn't run into that back two. And Dizzy, man, again, eventually he's going to have to hit the button that pushes him into overdrive. There's the whip trip to get things started. But again, Hayate defense just too strong.
Needs so much more than that going in for those straights, because who cares now at this point? Just get a little bit of damage. That's going to be enough. 1 clean opening and Hayate is going to move on 3-1 in this bracket.
Oh my word. Ooh, not sure if that's what he wanted, but here comes the down 2. Dizzy waiting his turn, doesn't quite get a follow up.
Almost looked like he was too far away. He tries so hard to optimize, he can't leave any damage on the table. Goes over the anti-air, but oh, he's minus.
Yeah, a little too slow there on the reaction to try to go under through that jump attack. Dizzy needs to figure it out. Has 1 bar to his name. Is able to get the cat dash on the meter burn and the whiff jump attack. That is it. Hayate advances and pulls C1. Fantastic display of neutral and spacing. And that's, my friends, is how you play Robin.
Indeed. He had no choice really at the end but to try and go for that instant jump 1. He couldn't really risk the down 2 because if he traded, that's just bad business. And Dizzy, in losers now, still has ways to go and could by all means make it through. But this matchup.
So whatever happened, Nivik has been eliminated. And the Honeybee Gauntlet rolls on. Losers final of Pool A1, the run back. Honeybee versus Do Basic.
So for those that just joined us, Honeybee lost in winners to Do Basic, who plays Enchantress. Enchantress was the real catalyst to that success, and we did just see in the winners finals of this exact pool that it was Irish Madness and Do Basic, which gave us an insane match as well. It was basically, you know, for the most part, Atrocitus versus Enchantress. It was last round, last game. Irish Madness moved on, but I wonder if this is enough time now for Do Basic to, I mean, double eliminate Honeybee?
I mean,
that's
listen,
insane.
When we get close to top 8, you're going to run into these rematch opportunities, and Honeybee would love nothing more than to come out here and just bolster the points he has, you know, going into finals. Now, granted, Honeybee still does have Northern Arena at his backside after he won every week of the Canadian online qualifier. Yeah, he just swept Canada, so they're going to go
just casually entering 4 weeks in a row, just winning every single week.
Just in case as a fallback plan. But as a current IPS finalist in terms of point standings, Honeybee, you want to fight for that higher seed. You know, everybody wants to be as high as possible to get the quote-unquote easier path, while at the same time trying to avoid that #1 spot, because some last chance qualifier is going to come in hot, and we all know how those work when it comes to your tournaments.
I mean, Foxy was a last chance qualifier placer at E-League and he got 2nd place. So, you know, last chance qualifiers are pretty dangerous as well. But it sounds to me like Enchantress is the character. We heard it in the menu, but Starfire versus Enchantress. Again, not a matchup I can say I'm too familiar with, but that said, you know, she has got the Reflect, so it's going to somewhat shut down that full screen game, but I feel like Starfire just kind of has the constant damage. She has the monopoly on that. I believe we're doing a button check right now, I think, and then when they're ready, we'll be able to jump back in, unless this is a real match.
All right, and he's going to go Enchantress from the start. Honeybee going Starfire. We did see this match in their first set off stream where Honeybee won. No, he did not win the match with Starfire against Enchantress. Yeah, Enchantress with the win. Yeah, so we are good to go. Losers final. Catch up? I mean, are we ready?
We could be in for a really good one here. The one thing is that, you know, the pressure might get shut down by Starfire, who has excellent wake-up games. The full screen neutral kind of base game, Starfire will have the advantage of, well, yes, there's a Reflect, but I'm wondering if Starfire is going to be almost like an answer to this character. I mean, you know, Starfire, and there are a lot of people that, you know, she's a very popular character for obvious reasons. She's a wonderful character in this game. At this level of competition, Honeybee, yes, he's known for Flash, but you need to have these kind of characters on lock because you can't mess around. You know, go with what wins when there's this much on the line.
All right, Dubasic trying to sneak that forward 3 out, but instead gets the sweep. Offense started. Calls a trait. Pretty much safe.
God.
You weren't going to get continuation on the combo there. Back 3.
Right.
Goes for the knockdown, doesn't get the last hit, but still is able to continue Oki from this position.
There was Oki there regardless. You know, the final hit of the 1-2-2 was going to be that situation, but the full screen game, this is exactly what Honeybee wants. Do not allow Dubasic anywhere near.
And he went for the read. He was sniffing that Stardust out all away from the Russian skies, and Honeybee exposed on the forward dash, but wakes up, hair flip, back to back. And I like the idea. He tried to wake up, but just out of range. Caught Stardust to the face with a big beam to follow it, and Honeybee.
I feel like against Starfire, you've got to play so perfect. You know, you can't let her get away with anything. You can't give her one opening. Because that one opening that Dubasic gave Honeybee, that's why the round was lost.
Yeah. All right, and there's the trade up. That wall's going to go right through it.
Confirmed. Back 3.
And this should be enough for death. It is. Will he recover some health? He does not. But instead, he's perfectly fine with taking that health bar.
Not really going to be able to do much about that full screen trade because they trade it back. Great read on the back 3 for Honeybee. Now he's going to get the knockdown for another time.
He elected
Save.
not to clash that. Looking for the parry, and Honeybee with the read. Not going to get a chance to clash now. And Dubasic one bad read. And because of it, Honeybee massively behind the driver's seat.
Oh, jumps into projectile. I mean, I feel like this could be all she wrote.
Yeah.
Honeybee has no reason to overextend now. Yeah, the ball really was in Dubasic's court to try and make something happen. Now we're going to go for a restart. Yes, we are.
Yeah, and a different situation. Although we were talking about the Dizzy and Hayate match with one mistake, there was definitely one mistake there. Not clashing and then going for the wake up. And that sequence was enough to turn the tide upwards of 600 damage and positioning. He just kind of gave that one away there in the final moments.
Those forward 3s for Dubasic, they're kind of risky because there's so much startup. You need to be so confident that Starfire is not going to press a button. Tries to go in for the spell, doesn't get anything to come out, and just through chip alone, we're almost at half life gone. Doesn't quite get the jump in, unfortunately. Good read on the air dash, but wonderfully spaced by Honeybee. Yeah, there's the back 2 now. If you're going to try an air dash, eat this back 2, mate.
All right, and there's a meter burn 4-3 to go through things. Finally, some offense.
What's up, bro?
All right, the great reaction there, not having it, is Dubasic. Another patient guy right here. We're seeing it. I mean, it's a big part of the neutral in Injustice 2. Like the wake up, bad trade.
Oh, just one catch on trade, big damage. Excellent block. Really going in for those posts. I don't agree. Honeybee, he's way too prone to pressing buttons there. It's not an opening because he will always challenge.
Yeah. All right, keeps it safe with the overhead now. Not looking to throw Dubasic back into the corner, but instead picks up great air tech. And I mean, Starfire, she always has meter, you know, seemingly so. So many special moves, so much chip damage, so much on the block, especially with the Stardust and a whiff punish. No, he tried to meter burn it, but he didn't have it. Instead, he gets the spell. Not sure how much this is helping him as it's gone right away, and the 50-50 into the throw.
Oh, challenging the meter burn roll also. Can't whiff punish the down 2. Not really confident. Interruption is not an interruption because the grab combos into Stardust.
Oh, forward 3 now, looking to run it back. Sends the projectile right back at him. And the down 2 to go under the forward 2 from Honeybee. Dubasic now hasn't been able to get any traditional offense going. And again, Honeybee tossing him back into the corner. He doesn't want him to play.
So the second you expect to grab, though, she's going to get the knockdown, which again,
free.
puts you full screen, which is what she wants. Going in for the close clusters. A nice read by Honeybee.
And great blocks of the mix-up from the overhead and the sweep is Honeybee. Recognizing that Dubasic has been canceling that swing just short.
Okay, so, I mean, this really isn't all or nothing. You have to go for the in case. Hang on, okay, what's going on here?
He's going to have to put that back up. Yes, he does. All right, Honeybee's going to need a bunch of hits. No, that's only going to take meter in this situation. And Dubasic looking to get the hit before he can summon it again, but no, it doesn't commit. And unfortunately, no combo. That is now 2-0. And Honeybee, who tweeted out, I lost. I had a few bad games, but I can make the run, is delivering on that promise so far.
Again, he really knows that he has to. He has no choice. The points are so vital for Honeybee. He really is not kind of sitting in that top tier placement. We all know he's a great player, but he's had some bad run-ins.
Oh, not again. There's the knockdown into the character power. Jumps over with that jump 3 to keep himself safe.
Those close clusters. Unfortunately, with basic no meter and goes for the wrong forward 3.
And eats the meter burn version of a back 3 from Honeybee. 400 damage to a pure zoning character in Starfire, and it's just one of the more pure zoners in the game.
Absolutely. It's what she's designed to do. The back 3's going to whip, giving Du basic a whip punish. Now we're going to get a knockdown from that side. The air tech can't whip punish 1-2-2. That's unfortunate. Positioning. I feel like, as long as we're full screen, this is Honeybee's situation. It's his advantage to take.
And Du basic is just afraid to walk forward, man. Just doesn't have the heart to run into that character power. Such a scary move in Starfire's arsenal.
What a read on the forward 2, knowing the down 2's going to low profile. Can't overextend. Good catch. Wonderful catch.
Great meaty
You're as
time.
naive as June.
Now we have the trait available, but one bad call into trait from Starfire could actually take that life away and make things even again. An interesting read, but it misses.
Forward 3 animation is so good. Just a big fist right into your face. And the second hit does not come out quickly enough, and Honeybee fighting back, one life bar away from the 3-0 to send the man who sent him to lose his package back home to Russia and a jump in.
Goes in for a cast. I'm assuming that might have been a down 1 attempt, but an input error coming through. Full combo from Du basic, and now here comes the trait. High time!
Yes.
By Tamaran's fire.
Has escaped the corner.
Hell
That's the
no,
thing.
you
Honeybee now is out of the corner. This is actually his victory. This is what he wanted.
Yeah, get a little health back on top of it now. Du basic only with a bar close to 2. Trying to force his way in with the dash. Keeps it plus.
Now even
And
Honeybee.
the wrong hair flip. Big time risk there from Honeybee, but works out as he gets the hit.
I wonder if he tried to challenge the plus frames of that 3-hit string, and that's why he got a hair flip. Maybe a down 1 hair flip is what he tried to do.
All right, the wall is up, and again, Starfire's straight going directly through it. No issue to her. Gets the cross up, but doesn't commit. There's the sweep, knock down some Oki.
There's the trait. Goes in
And
for the anti-air.
Gets down 2 for his troubles. Now into the corner. Big time opportunity. Standing 2 for the restand. How does Du basic follow this up? He's walking off.
We saw a bar of meter spent because he tried to go in for the heal, where it has given Du basic a bit more health. Went in for the wrong forward 3. Can't get whiff punished. And again, 3 times in a row, that's worked.
Honeybee with the entire back of the stage to him. There's the meter burn 4-3, looking to trade with something. However, Honeybee just keeping it zone heavy. He's going to pull the screen back to not allow him trying to get the trade. And no, he's getting Starfired as we speak.
That's unfortunate. That really, really is. That's like disaster situation. Goes to Meatman roll, but there's still so much real estate for Honeybee to work with.
Wow, and Honeybee finds a way. Du basic falls apart, and the dream is not yet dead from the man making the trek across the stage. Host Honeybee putting the flash on the bench for a quick match, and bringing Starfire to do exactly what he wants to do, and that is get the W by any means necessary.
You would think that the Reflect would be an answer for this matchup, but that's the thing, right? That traded projectile
Right
just
through
goes through it. And that really was, I think, the thorn in Du basic's side.
Yes.
But I want to say huge congratulations for Du basic. He did really super well. The fact he was able to get that win in winners with a character that just, it's so hard to play and requires you to play so calculated. I think he can be very proud of what he was able to bring to the table. It's unfortunate that he didn't get the top 8, but I mean, it's Honeybee, right? This was the guy that could do that in this pool.
Absolutely. So the run back happens. He said he's going to continue the Honeybee Gauntlet runs on at Viennality. Stick with us. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get Pool D started, and we'll let you know exactly what happened with the rest of Hayate and Tekken Master.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Injustice Pro Series 2018 at Viennality 2K18, where we have had quite an amazing tournament so far and scope of plenty more to come. As always, I'm Mustard, and I am relatively infrequently joined on commentary by none other than Mr. Ultra David.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm really happy to be doing this. It's been a while. We were just trying to decide when the last time we had commentated together was.
Yeah,
I think
some
years ago.
Yeah, it was an Evo, I think 2K15, because I remember it was Mortal Kombat, but that was already many years ago, and a few years later, you fast forward the clocks, and here we are in Vienna, the heart of Austria, looking for the best European Injustice 2 players, trying to get their spot at obviously the prize money, considering this is a major event in the Pro Series, but also those points to get them to the finals. And considering there are fewer events to get points this year, I think this is more important than ever to make sure that every time you get an opportunity to participate in a Pro Series event, you are placing well. And for a lot of these players, because they're internationals, this is their only chance to do so.
For sure, yeah. As a result, there's a very strong list of players who are here. You know, we've been watching already. Some of them have been up on stream. Winners finals and losers finals of the previous couple of pools. But now we're going to get moving into the rest of things. And there we go.
Okay, so Tekken Master versus Hayate. Those of you that have been watching for a little while may have seen Hayate had an amazing set against Dizzy. Was like the definition of footsies was extremely long and came down very close. But Hayate was able to win that. Yep, now it's Tekken Master back on that Atrocitus against Hayate. I expect a different pace entirely here.
Got the restand and just backing away. Wow, underneath again.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those
really
matchups. I think both players are going to be super ready for this, because obviously, you know, it's no secret. You play Hayate, you see him in your path, you've got to be ready for Robin. Tekken Master, probably Atrocitus, you know, one of his characters, one of his most popular characters.
Right.
See, early days drops the combo, that's unfortunate, but doesn't get punished.
Interruption there. Trying to back off, just let that cat come back. Got a little bit more time. No punish on Lancy's right there.
Yeah, it's always weird.
Oh, he armored through it.
That was actually incredible.
That was amazing reactions, or probably prediction, really.
I was about to say, it's always weird when you see execution errors early in a sec. It's almost like the players aren't quite ready to go for it, but then you see amazing players like armoring through interactables and stuff. And that's a clean turnaround for Hayate. Now half a life bar at least in the lead.
Chased him from one side of the screen to the other, all the way over. Here it is again. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, great whip punish. Hayate's going to be ready for that 100% optimized combo. Or has the setup.
Blocks it out, and he's out of there.
Yeah, and then the third rank actually doesn't get used at all. Lonely boy on the ground.
Still there.
Oh,
okay, interruption in time. Here he goes. He has a bar.
I think that's definitely going to be a weird part of the matchup, is the sense that obviously you go to meet a burn back 3 to anti-air awkward jump-ins, but his down 2 is good, but I don't think it's going to beat the Robin jump-in, so he definitely has to be careful.
Oh, backdash is still punished on it.
Yeah,
no,
he's got the range.
Never mind.
Ooh, there we go. Tekken Master try and press buttons, and Hayate is going to chew him up for it.
Yeah, getting funky with the combos here. This is just about all she wrote.
Yeah.
Very, very strong first game. Again, it was from one side to the other. Footsies were excellent. The predictions were excellent. The armor through the interactable, amazing.
He's just showing a lot of knowledge, right? Hayate clearly going to be bringing the best Robin in the business. But at the same time, Tekken Master didn't look quite as comfortable. I think early on we kind of, you expect them. Tekken Master's the kind of player that he's got so many different characters at his disposal that he's picking characters for matchups, right? Out of all of his team, if he's going to trust it, it's because he thinks that worked.
Yeah.
But it didn't quite look that way, right? He wasn't able to demonstrate why I think he picked the character, and it sounds like he's made a change, I believe.
I believe he's going to Starfire.
I think that might be
in there. Check it out.
Yeah,
I talked with him earlier, and he said it's just those 2 characters now. He's given up all the others. It's just he feels like that's good enough.
I think that's also quite dangerous, because a player like Tekken Master that would always play so many characters could just pick them out on a win. Yeah. But if someone like that is concentrating that focus on a couple of characters or one character, that's really dangerous. At the same time, Hayate, he is the Robin Master, and there's the footsies. Nice hit confirmed. He's going to do a ton of damage. Damage is definitely not something that Robin has ever lacked.
Oh, can't do that.
Oh wow, catches him on the landing, and that's one of the best things.
Oh boy, the setups are real right now for Hayate. Everything's working out.
Yeah, I think it's almost that Tekken Master is disrespecting the setups though. It's almost like he's trying to challenge what seemingly is guaranteed. He's taking a lot of damage. Tries if that move gets beat by a jump in, that is not a reliable anti-air in the matchup. Starfire's back too, when she throws the sparks up. So good at anti-airing, but apparently Robin says something else about that.
Building full screen for himself there. Down in the life bar, but not that much. He can find a hit right now. Okay, just going for the overhead, keeping it safe for himself.
There we go. He's a little bit of that trait. Ooh.
Oh, got there.
Yeah, the trait gone for Tekken Master. Going to be a while before he gets that back, but he's even going to get a chance. Hayate, get him towards the corner. He's running out of that space. And just get back to mid-screen. He's got the distance to work with, but only half the trait. There we go. Clean down 2. Getting those laser beams out of the air. Hayate finally getting swatted out. Oh.
This is where Tekken Master wants to be. Oh, look at them.
That was such a Robin thing to do, man. Jump from full screen into a vine, and it connects.
Doesn't have the vine option right now, not on that side.
My question is how they're going to play the rest of this matchup. Tekken Master down on life, but definitely has the opportunity to bring this in.
Oh, couldn't quite move there. And this is probably... No, not quite it. There it is.
Oh.
No, hold on then.
Okay, I like the way Hayate tried to kind of last-minute changes confirm, because it looked like he tried to punish the air escape on landing, but he did it a bit too early. And he was still airborne, but he was still trying to get a little bit of damage. But it didn't matter, and that's a 2-0 lead. Having a 2-0 lead on someone like Tekken Master is really helpful, because when someone is that prone to changing characters, obviously now you've put them on the ropes a bit. They only get one last chance to change. Yeah. And if you can take the game, you obviously have a little bit more adaptation time.
Well, he's back to character select, it sounds like.
It could be a stage, if anything.
That's true. Get rid of the vine in the middle.
Yeah. Anything with mobility, corner escape tends to be pretty good for Hayate. He's going to go with Starfire again, it seems. I think the stage is really important in a matchup like this. Starfire being power character, projectiles already are a bit of a problem when you're fighting against her. But then when you get potential unblockables, things you can't escape. And there's another stage with mobility options. So Hayate is going to be happy with that, I'm sure.
Oh my god, the range is there.
Oh, empty jump into the crouching jab.
Everything is working out right now for Roche.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
All the pressures here. Okay, at least a knockdown.
And the stagger, there's that higher take, classic Robin pressure.
Oh,
down
boy.
one or down 1-2. That's going to be one of them.
Start. Giant damage on this. And then again, you know, I feel like Tekken Master has been waking up a lot, and it's almost never worked out.
Yeah, but I almost feel like it could be stubbornness, right? He knows it should work in his mind. It's just not working out the way he is intending.
Right.
Hayate is now sitting on a tremendous life lead and up 2 games. It's already match point. We've barely been in this game for like a couple of minutes, and here we are.
No, it's been absolutely dominant.
Oh wow, and
Chase jumped a bit too early.
tries to swoop, but not quite there in time. But he does at least get the clash out of Tekken Master anyway, so it's not really a lose situation for Hayate. Spending both those bars, it's Starfire, he'll get those back soon enough. But it's the life lead that he's got to be worrying about.
Chase.
Oh no. There's the block. Tekken Master.
Okay, I like that escape. That makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately for him, immediately caught.
Yeah, and now obviously look at the positioning. He has nowhere to go. And just to get out, but the health.
Just stuck.
Ouch.
Oh boy.
Air escape, but I mean, yeah, there's
What else
there's
can you
no
do in that
reason.
situation? That was it.
I mean, I'll be honest, that was a lot more one-sided than I was expecting.
Absolutely agree, yeah. And with both characters, it was total control of the neutral. All the mix-ups were working out up close. The few defensive opportunities that came up for Hayate, he capitalized on as well.
Yeah, I think you said it best earlier on in the series when it was just everything was working out.
Yeah.
Every button Hayate pressed connected, every setup he went for, he got damage for. You know, albeit because Tekken Master was disrespecting, or because the setup was just really smart, or it's something you have to.
However it works, you know.
I mean, Robin's not a character that makes you guess, right? He has to really kind of try and be that one step ahead. You know, I think any character that kind of plants something on the screen and can go back to it later, or maybe not, is kind of one of those characters that you can't really autopilot. You can't just do what you want. You have to be able to read your opponent really well, and that's always been something that Hayate's been able to do. Even back in MKX, right? It was how he used to play Takeda. You know, Ronin was a very similar variation in that regard back then, and Robin very similar. It's a great character choice for him, and I'm happy to see Hayate doing well. That's obviously not the first opponent he's done well against, and he's not had as successful of a time in the Pro Series this year as we would have expected, considering a player of his kind of caliber. Not to say he's done badly, but definitely not had the same level of success that we would expect. So it's nice to see him doing well today.
For sure. So he moves on. And I guess we're going to be doing the same. Sounds like a Brainiac is up on screen.
Oh, this must be Ganondorf.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, it's one of the French lads. He's a Raiden guy from MK, wants to play Raiden in Justice 2, but can't unlearn the muscle memory, so he has to play Brainiac. That was like his wording as to why he plays this character.
Okay.
But of course, Katana Prime, commentator extraordinaire, as well as one of the best Harley Quinns in the business. Now, Harley Quinn, not the easiest character in the game to play by any stretch of the imagination, but he's been playing this character for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Has been quite successful, to be honest, all things considered. You know, this is a character with some tough matchups that you will fight in tournament, and he manages to find his way around them. And now under pool play, here we go. Look who's talking. That's like so Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was good. Just got to the other side. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, to start things off, you know, to get that early potential for damage. You know, Brainiac, one of those characters that get so much damage off of the right bounce cancel.
Oh, yeah. Controlling spot in the corner right here. I really like that. Oh, maybe a little bit too close.
Yeah, it seemed like it. But the car's already gone now.
Really harass.
Yeah.
Knocking him out of the sky. Time for pressure was expecting wake up. Nothing came.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of those kind of raw up guns in this matchup. You know, Brainiac, one of those characters that really thrives on being in the air, and that's such a good tool. The lack of recovery means you're going to be safer than usual. Big opening.
Right on through.
Oh, so unfortunate.
Trying to play patiently. No.
Oh, that's a clean punish.
Boy, yeah, had a couple hits, not the rest.
I don't think he was. I mean, it's quite awkward punishing that, right? So maybe he just wasn't super confident it was going to actually punish it. And there's the up gun again. The little damage. Big read for not a lot of payout.
Threatening. Still in there. Just all he needed was chip. That was good enough.
I feel like
taking the first round.
Yeah, I feel like you tend to see this a lot from Brainiac players. They'll go for a lot of meterless fire kicks, really kind of testing the waters to see will they try and punish it. You know?
Trying to control the sky, and it just didn't work. Here's a punish, though. Yes.
Okay, tied things up already. Both players got clash. Looking pretty even on meter. Very close. Obviously, the car's gone in the corner, so Ganondorf's not going to have that. Oh, Cupcake misses.
Getting away from it. Just controlling a lot of screen space right now with Katana Prime up in the air. Threatening.
Yeah,
threatening again, lows again.
Oh, and then just tries to duck.
Get in there.
There's the punish. Katana Prime gets it now. That's the message you want to send.
Oh, no!
Combo, that's a characteristic.
Went for a grab.
Hey, normally has very clean execution on those corner B&Bs, but not at the moment. By
Wow,
sides.
that was an expensive tie.
Yes, indeed.
Over it. Well, he actually did have meter, but probably didn't realize.
Oh, that's a clean punish. No, I didn't quite get it in time. Very rarely see Brainiacs not finish that string.
Chance for whip? No. Here it is.
No, can get off it. Hasn't had the greatest execution so far, but this is the kind of damage you need. And the corner. Oh, nice.
On top of it. I like that a lot. Are we going to see Flash? No. Yes, he does.
I reckon Ganondorf's going to spend his only bar. He's got 1 bar to spend, but if he spends it, he's got no more damage. Or does he want to stop the health regen? He does.
Yes.
He has a full Gallagher bar. What can you do with it? Oh, wow. That is a good trade for Katana Prime. Any projectiles?
Over it!
Wow.
Hold on now. He doesn't have a bar now. He just built it. Oh, the chance. The delay.
No way.
Oh, it's not enough. Oh, chip out. It's not enough either. Out of the air.
This is a spaghetti fest at the end, and Katana Prime with the air gunshot. Ganondorf had like, I mean, Katana Prime's reaction I think says it all.
Yeah,
really.
there you go.
He had like 3 opportunities to get the game, but he dropped every combo. Sad boys. That's like hashtag sad boys. Give me a 1 in chat for sad boys. Good lord. But I mean, it's amazing to win after that kind of scramble, right?
Yeah.
To lose that kind of scramble and then have to go into the second game, that is not what you want.
No. But it's a good start right now here.
Yes, indeed. This happened last time, but it quickly starts to kind of unravel a little bit by a thread. And there's the punish.
Yeah, here you go. He missed that combo at the end of the last round. This time, no. Looking better. Getting out of the corner here is Katana Prime.
Yeah, I was going to say last game, it would be, you know, in theory, the Cupcake is one of the better projectiles for dealing with Brainiac.
Right.
Because he's so airborne, it has that wonky trajectory. But that last scramble was because he jumped clean over the meter burn version.
Yeah, he flew so high up, not with punish.
Yes, indeed.
Chip is a threat. There it comes out.
The way Ganondorf is approaching this matchup is very interesting. It's quite unconventional. It's almost like kind of hit and run. He's going for these kind of quick strings, these small chunks of damage here and there. He's not really committing to those kind of trickier setups. He's not really making the most of traits. But it's quite hard to, you know, hold on to those trait shots when you are against Harley Quinn. It's a nice background bounce cancel.
Kind of a funky combo route.
Yeah, indeed. I always found that out of all the background bounces, this is one of the more awkward ones to combo up as well. It seems it has a much smaller radius than a lot of them. But that's going to be evened out. Katana Prime is quite significantly down on life, so good to be able to turn it around with taking basically no damage in the process.
Yeah, he kind of came alive, and at the same time, it felt like Ganondorf was running into some of the stuff that Katana Prime was doing.
Yeah,
over there from the other side.
But again, it kind of goes back to the way he's playing, right? He's really committing to kind of those instant dive kicks, those...
Oh, he takes the bed.
Yeah, there's an early
Yeah,
flash.
he's playing briskly. Katana Prime does have 4, I think, and Ganondorf looked like he had 2.
Yeah.
This could be damaging.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
3 to 2.
There's no opportunity you don't spend meter there to flash, especially against someone like Brainiac that's so meter dependent. You know, make them pay. Either spend the meter and don't be able to do damage, or, you know, spend it and still lose the clash. That was a bad situation for Ganondorf to be in.
Oh, he just escaped. Going in here. Ganondorf just trying to block. Hold on. No whip punish.
Oh, wow. Actually, full screen anti-air shot. Hyena gets over.
And he waited. I love it.
That same situation last game, Ganondorf went clean over, but not this time.
There's still a chance here for Ganondorf. He tries to follow in and maybe got overextending.
Now, I love the way Katana Prime went for a throw there as well, because if they, the way Ganondorf is playing is quite unorthodox, for sure. But one thing he's not doing, he's not mashing. Like he's not trying to get those down ones in. He's not trying to get those little quick pokes. So if you can take something that you know is punishable but hard to punish, go for a throw. You know, make him pay for just holding block after every little thing.
Well, Lee-Chan has been a good start for Ganondorf.
Yeah,
this time not as much.
Yeah, lost that first bar. Losing the meter in this kind of matchup seems pretty uncomfortable.
I like that he backs off. It's a better spot to attack from. That's been good for him pretty consistently.
Well, especially with a card like Brainiac that can like so dramatically alter your jump path.
Right.
You know, trying to get that space beforehand means it really is party time when you get the chance to leave the ground. Katana Prime trying to shoot him out of the air a few times, but it seems really stacked against Harley Quinn to be able to hit that shot.
Maybe more grounded control right now from Ganondorf.
Yeah, it's working out for him.
Ooh, right, yeah. Okay, great confirm. Escapes though.
Oh wow, that was a really tall dive kick. Oh wow, just facing on that forward.
Out of the air
shot. Yes, Katana Prime knew a jump was following.
He's been trying that. Here it is. Look at this from Ganondorf, and that's going to be the life bar, just like that.
Yeah, that's actually a healthy lead.
It really is. Although, keep in mind, last time Katana Prime he was down, not this quite much, but he was able to make a comeback.
I it almost could be Ganondorf getting a little bit too comfortable with that life lead. Katana Prime always kind of consistently playing at the same pace. And there he is again.
The jump into
perfect combo from Katana Prime into the Hyena setup. Yeah, we're not really seeing the chance to use those too much kind of from full screen. It's kind of set up or nothing. Oh, wow.
Wow,
Very
he did
late
go
dive
in,
kick.
yes.
Yeah. Don't think he expected the meter burn that late. Oh. Good push block
Out of
trying
there,
to keep hold.
expecting the jump. And a little funky, but it works out.
And like you said, Katana Prime, he was able to bring it back. He was down like 800 points of life.
Yeah.
Basically, almost lost nothing in the Wii.
Ooh. Oh, there was a chance on the hit. I think he just didn't believe it would hit.
No, definitely. Doesn't seem quite as confident, you know, in these big, brave decisions.
There's been some really good escapes out of Katana Prime. He spent a full bar meter on that just this game.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have to be afraid doing it, because Harley Quinn does build bar quite reliably, so you can almost like go for air escapes a lot more than you might normally anticipate. I mean, even on life right now, but Katana Prime, massive life meter advantage. Ooh! That was max range. But again, Ganondorf, you know, he's playing that patient game. He's not pressing when he
There it
shouldn't
is.
press.
Threatened with the low, nothing.
Oh, wow, did not
okay,
expect
even
that to
Breakneck
hit.
can't get over that? All right.
Uh-oh, he's got super.
Over
Katana
it,
Prime
over
with
it.
super.
Oh, is
Katana
it in time?
Prime
Is it in
with super.
time? It's not!
Oh, man.
That's expensive right there.
Yeah, everyone in the room was expecting it to work.
Oh, he okay. It's purposely did not allow the clash. Can't get touched. There it is. Katana Prime takes it.
Now, I think every single person in this room was expecting that super to connect.
Yeah,
The Europeans are doing the USA chant.
Yeah, Katana
Excellent.
Prime is the sole U.S. player who's competing at this event.
You know, and that really surprises me.
Me too.
Like, considering how many people were here last year, I did expect there to be a lot more people traveling out. Considering this is obviously like the only European event,
Right.
The
There aren't that
fewer
many
events,
stops on the tour.
the fewer stops overall means
Yeah.
that points are really important,
Right.
and the leaderboards could literally change any event. You know, there's a lot of people that can make it to the finals in the end, and a lot of players to potentially gun for it. So I was kind of expecting a few people. Again, last year, you know, obviously it's expensive. There's no getting around the fact that
course.
it's expensive to go overseas. And last year, it was both Versus Fighting and Viennality, and they were kind of a week apart. So a lot of players kind of stayed in Europe
Oh,
and
yeah.
traveled around. So I guess it was you know, easier to make the trip financially. But that being said,
Yeah.
those representing here are not doing a bad job of it.
No, of course. Yeah, the North Americans who did come out are in a good spot. But look, European players come to North America, and I would think it'd be really nice if more North Americans went the other way. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I mean,
there
I
are
agree.
Canadians here, but there's only one U.S. player.
I agree 100%. You know, I think a lot of international players do make the trip over to America because they understand, I mean, you have to, right? If you want to make the
Yeah.
finals, you got to go where the competition is. And America currently is undisputed #1 in this game. So if you want to prove you're the best, you got to go to the Lions Den and take them out there. However, you know, it's a points table, and any way you can go there will win you points. I mean, this kind of event, right? The top 8 is there are 4 pools, and 2 people out of pools are making top 8 on winners and losers respectively. So it is a concentrated but very kind of intense tournament here, because it's not like pools are the chill bit. You know, you get through pools and you look at who you've got in the top 32.
Yeah.
Every match is important. You know,
Yes.
we've seen Honeybee got sent to losers early on by Do Basic, ended up getting the run back. We're seeing, you know, Irish Mantis now sitting winners side top 8.
Very cool.
Super good opportunity to get a ton of points.
Yeah.
Because he did well in pools. And obviously top 8 is going to be tomorrow, so they can actually relax now for the first time today. But all these guys that are yet to play, we have some serious names still ready to go, of course. You know, this pool we've seen Tekken Master, we have Happy Pal, Foxy Grandpa, Aziz, you know, Tekken Master's, you know, infamous training partner. Pennywise says hi, you know, the Poison Ivy player from the world of online that we haven't seen too much competitively. There are some serious names that, because Europe doesn't have a lot of tournaments, this is their one chance. This is the one they travel to.
Yeah, and it's really nice for the rest of the world to be able to see it. It's just not something that you know, for me, somebody who I'm playing online, but I don't run into the same players from Europe because it's
Of course.
it's not, the connections are not.
It's
good
called
enough to do so.
matchmaking. That's what it
Yeah,
tends
exactly.
to go for.
So it's really nice to come out here and see the talent. And even if you're not physically here, it's really nice to be able to watch the stream, I'm sure, and see who's here and who's doing
yeah,
well.
of course. As is the the wonderful world of online. You know, we can watch this stuff from home. You know, it's that entertainment. But I think it really is, for me, as a European that's seen these guys for years and years. You know, we've got a mix of people that have been ever since the NRS community was kind of first created back in MK9, all the way to people that kind of came into the community with this game, with Injustice 2, and have been around for a year. So it's really nice to see that so many different kinds of those people from so many different countries, right? You know, we've got Canada, America, UK, France, Russia, Middle East region, and the list truly does go on.
Yeah.
But moving on, we have Happy Power against his first opponent, who's wait, is Happy Power going Grod? Surely. So Happy Power has been working on a Grod on and off since shortly before Combo Breaker.
Okay.
But it was never really tournament ready. It was kind of like, this guy loves execution heavy characters, he loves swag. Grod is like swag in 8
All right.
form. But it's definitely not the Flash, you know? Like, the Flash is a character that he has really made a name for himself on. It's a very unorthodox style, but it works. He really lives for the mix-up before everything else. You know, swags and mix-ups are kind of his thing. Grodd can do that, but he definitely hasn't been playing this character for as long. So I'm not sure what he's going to go for. However, other Grodd, he's literally popping off on his own button checks. Oh my god. Oh my god, haha. But I know other Grodds seem to only play other Grodds, it seems. The general Grodd community plays more against their fellow Grodds than actual like other players. And I think Happy Power has now been initiated into that fold.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
So I think he's played plenty of mirrors, but I don't know how much he's played Grodd against other people.
Yeah.
However, his opponent is the name escapes me. I'm sure we'll see when the graphics come up. But he was talking about Scarecrow earlier, and he sounds extremely knowledgeable and a big believer in the character.
Agent of Chaos?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, I think I met him in the Middle East.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you're for Kuwait.
I was there at Kuwait Battle Royale.
Yes. Did you get a chance to see him play?
I did. I recall there having been some technical issue that I think may not have been the best light. So we'll see how it goes here.
Well, fingers crossed that doesn't happen now.
Yeah.
And actually looks like he is going to be going Grodd.
Okay. Versus the Scarecrow.
Show you what is truly frightening. Begin.
I mean, a Grodd with trait is probably the most frightening thing, if not one of, in the game. So I have to get a chance if we can see that or not.
The trade, okay.
So these are both power characters. We're not going to see the crazy mobility you normally see on Atlantis.
Out of there again. So knockdown twice, wake ups twice. Again, expected but cancelled first.
Okay, now going for those early meter burn back threes, you know, trying to go those against characters with single hitting wake ups is really powerful. But the Grodd Stampede is fully punishable. You know, the normal one. He didn't have bar at the time, so I like to see him actually bait it with a block and then punish it properly. And there's the reaction.
Yep. Oh, and he was still busy.
Oh, it's the reverse.
Up in the air, out of there.
Okay, he's gone for that trait.
Yeah.
He's actually quite close to getting it maxed out. I can imagine having that full screen presence against someone like Grodd is going to be quite helpful.
Sure, that seems like. Knockdown. Really hasn't been any pressure yet. One series only.
Ooh, goes to the uppercut. And there's that,
down
raw.
2 interruption.
Yeah, raw. I think he just wants to occupy that space.
Yeah. And he's done a great job of that so far.
I can imagine from full screen, Scarecrow's normals are amazing at keeping Grodd at bay, but I can imagine all he's really got to stop Grodd from point blank is kind of that down one. I don't know if that's quite at the same level. Oh, good armor break.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
not sure what that was about. I mean, whatever it was, error for sure.
Sure, that must have been a down one attempt into something, but got the full thing. But didn't try and cancel it. I think he was kind of anticipating how to run into it, if anything.
Okay, here it is. Steals the life advantage at this point.
Oh, no.
Going for pressure. Again, yeah, I think it's supposed to be down one first, but in any case, it's been there twice.
Yeah, if it's going to work, I'm sure he'll be happy with it. It definitely seems kind of
looking for a wake-up, nothing came. Pressure here. Yep. No, doesn't keep it up, or maybe he's just trying to keep it. Yeah, he kept it unclashable. Very nice stuff. Love the combo at the end.
Is he just milled his health bar literally just disappear at the end?
Scarecrow, man.
I feel like it was just like
meter run back through with Scarecrow is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And then the jump threes by themselves as well, right? That jumping heavy doing so much damage. And
will there be a switch?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, surely you go back to Flash.
Yeah.
Because like I know he really likes Grodd, but you can't be playing a character that is that execution heavy and dropping as much as he did.
It didn't seem ready, to be honest.
I mean, I have no doubt he could be a phenomenal Grodd player eventually, but I definitely think his Flash is the smarter choice right now.
I think this makes more sense from a matchup perspective as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you yourself, played quite a lot of Scarecrow early on, right? This is a character that we saw quite a bit of in year one, but it's definitely kind of dropped off the radar a bit this year.
Oh, okay. Ooh. He's noticed how many wake-ups there are, whether it's a new character or not. That's still happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And even then, if he doesn't wake up, he wakes up with block. Like, it doesn't matter. He's still going to be okay. All he's missing is the bar.
Blocking it out well right now.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of patience. Obviously, the longer you're willing to sit and hold block against the Flash, you'll start getting mixed up very intensely, I guess you could say. But your opponent has to do it first.
I like the idea.
I love this neutral from the reverse.
It's really looking good.
He's just occupying the space that he knows the Flash needs to get.
Okay, very smart stuff. Didn't have to deal with any of that pressure right there. There's a lot of meter on Happy Pow's side, but he hasn't really had a chance to use it. I think Leafy's going for the chip kill.
He's dead now for sure. He just has to get close. Just walk at him. Surely just run at him, teleport. Oh, he's literally walking him down.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was the brave stuff.
So much control right now.
So every day you get to just hold forward against the Flash and get away with it.
Okay. He was in there forever. What? Down 2 of all buttons right there.
But that's the thing, where out of every button you could press when the Flash is created, it was down 2 and it worked. These reads are paying off so well. The reverse is completely one step ahead of Happy Power right now.
Overhead again.
Oh, no.
Oh, unfortunate stuff.
I think it was the first chance he actually got to get a big chunk of damage.
Hard
He
to do
wasn't
that
able
against
get
Flash.
full combo. Yeah, definitely.
Here he goes now. Happy Pow. Oh no! Happy Pow. In a situation like that, very rare to see him miss it.
Yeah, but he's such a momentum-heavy player. If Happy Pow is dropping combos, yeah, that is a rough look. If Happy Pow is dropping combos, you know he's feeling some kind of flustered way. It's obviously like, he really plays on that swag. He plays on setup, and you don't get setup if you drop all your combos.
Taking damage on that, he didn't have the meter. Trades up. This is all the reverse right now.
Absolutely.
Interrupt right there.
Ooh.
Is that going to do it?
No, not quite.
It's over. There was a trade active. So look, if you're Happy Pow, I feel like you got to take a little bit of time because the last 2 games have not gone at all well. There have been execution errors. There's been problems in neutral. It doesn't seem like he's entirely in it in the way that I know he can be.
Yeah, which is weird because this is his home turf, right? Obviously he's surrounded by the boys. He really plays on the energy of the crowd.
Okay.
And it's why he was able to do so well at Combo Breaker, right? He was getting hyped up by his friends all the time, and it went hand in hand with how well he was playing. However, I will say at Combo Breaker, the majority of the games he won, he went down like this, 2-0, and then made his 3-game comeback. So he could definitely still do this, but he has to clean up his execution. Super important that he does. Because if he can't get the setup, he's not going to be able to do the Happy Pow things that we know he does.
No meter for it.
Oh,
okay.
That's an
right,
answer.
Right.
That's an answer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Over it, no punish, not in time. Just like that, the reverse now has the corner again. We've been here before.
Yep, that's a cross-up. Very ambiguous, I think expected. And that's going to be a full corner combo. And just like that, the reverse is able to swing things back. And now he is match point of a Happy Pow. 3-0 is not the result we expected, but we're definitely maybe seeing it. Oh, he attempted.
Try to get him, yeah, not quite.
A little bit too slow.
Here it is, though. That said, Happy Pow is not down in life. It's effectively tied. He's got the corner more or less.
And he's got trait. He has everything he needs to get the hit. Yeah, but there's no way you don't punish a teleport in trait.
Oh, yeah.
Like, absolutely not. And there's going to be a hit. Now, it's going to be set up or damage.
No,
nothing!
again!
Happy Pow needs to clean that up, absolutely.
Only going to get so many more chances at this point.
Oh, I like that. It's actually a trip guard. Caught him on the landing frames.
Okay, with giving up Flash, but nothing came. So here we go.
Does he
Next up,
respect it?
wait, what does he do? What does he do?
Just a standard
No
string.
confirm. Very lucky for him.
Okay, this is an opportunity. Cannot drop this. He's dropped it again. Happy Pow.
Or maybe he was going specifically for unclashable stuff?
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure either.
He kind of moved like he tried to press a button.
Right,
it
was very funky looking.
Or he may have just changed his mind last minute. Could be either or. Needs one solid hit to take this, but at the same time, there's a Scarecrow. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Chip is an issue now on both sides. Happy Pow staying away.
Okay, this is good. Neutral
All right,
control.
into what?
Oh,
out of the air!
Yeah.
Love it! He does give up the clash. There's one each.
I mean, should you spend it?
Of
Should you
course.
spend it both?
Of course.
And the reverse. Does he go for traits?
Did not spend it? Well, I guess he would have ended up effectively the same, right? So he goes in now. He had plus frames. I like the idea now that I think about it. Okay.
So I actually like the sickle. He must have anticipated him jumping out of the grab. And he got hit by the sickle. He has the bar.
Now do you spend it?
Surely you spend it.
Yes. Cannot get any. Oh, he went in. When will he do it? Whoa, he just waited. The question was just when he was going to go in Running Man and then come in.
The second he left the ground, it became one of them is losing here, right? It was either going to be the lightning charge was going to connect, or it was going to be he was going to do jumping normal. It would beat it out. One or the other, or maybe even double KO. Perhaps
Right,
three
yeah,
potential come out. But no.
Okay, so the Happy Pow looking a little bit better. The reverse.
It
Comboed right
kind
now.
of feels like the reverse got like some real next level read way out of the trait in neutral before, and is now trying to press a button every time. But it worked the first time, and now he's just taking a lot of damage every time. And this is
Here we
this
go.
is the
Looking
kind of
a little
momentum.
stronger.
Yeah, this is what Happy Pow does. He builds momentum. He starts to tidy things up, and that's where he goes from it. However, there's an opportunity for the reverse. Push block. I like it.
Yep, you've seen it a couple of times. Smart stuff. Gonna get control of the corner. Lovely timing, using the invincibility.
Oh, he's got
There's a
traumatized
traumatized there.
Does he do it now? No.
Sweep, okay. He'll have a little bit of traumatized left as this next round starts.
And that's the first read. Does he do it or not? Happy Pow has to respect it. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it's
whip
there. Oh, no.
There it is. You have to be careful whipping in front of Flash if he's got a bar set up.
Oh, very
Tricky
cute.
stuff.
But not the rest. He could have taken the round.
Oh, not enough chip damage. Oh, jumped out again. But cancelled.
Oh, yes. Okay. Wasn't sure that was going to work out.
All right, Happy Power, he's got 4 bars. This is using some of that trait recharge time. Jumps over clean, but doesn't get the hit. And that's a full confirm.
No, not in time. Super laggy forward 3, and now the punish.
Oh, no. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. Anyone that's ever played Scarecrow has felt that pain before.
Yeah. Great blocking. Look at all the weight on Happy Powell's side. He tried to get something, but he actually made it over.
Yeah,
Rare to
that's
see
surprising.
that.
Especially considering how tall Scarecrow is as well. Ooh! Slams the launch. Oh, can he try and go unclashable again, maybe?
Yes, I think you're right.
Oh, he tried! Down 1 challenge.
Very scrambly right now. Happy Pow trying to get away. Stabs in. I think this is probably... No.
Oh, the delay wake up. I like it. He finds the down 1. This is a launch. Happy Pow. He can clash. Yes, no reason not to. There's no bar on the side of the reverse. This will be a guaranteed win for Happy Pow. But does he hold it or does he spend it?
Yeah, you spend it. Yeah. I like it.
Okay. 100 life there for reverse. Ooh.
What can he get going? Trying to stay on top. Oh, there it goes. Okay, Happy Pow, 2 games in a row.
I really feel like the reverse in those kind of situations, those end of round situations, needs to be able to not jump as much. Because the second he leaves the ground, you see him going in for lightning charge. Like it really gives Happy Pow the chance to actually do something. You know, kind of be as patient as you can sometimes. I like the way he followed that to make sure he got all the hits.
Oh, he did hit! He wasn't in range for the forward 2. Unfortunately for him, this time the combo hits.
Yeah, the reverse
Looking
having a complete turnaround. Yep, and he gets the trait.
Lovely jump.
Okay, so Happy Pow won't die to damage over time, but it is going to hurt quite a bit. Ooh, good block on the overhead.
Patience.
Ambiguous jump in. The reverse gets caught. Oh, and the corner repositioning also. And now the trait has run off. Delayed wake up really has been the reverse's kind of option whenever traits.
Yeah, very often, yeah. Trying to spend some time.
Yep, he jumped out.
There it is, jumped out. Here's the reverse with match point. It's been a big seesaw, but he wants to maintain control.
Oh, there's
it.
Yep, confirmed.
Oh no, that's 2 bars lost just like that. Very expensive.
Especially for someone like Happy Pow, really needs bar to get things going. Blocks the jump in this time, but gets caught. There's the clash. Now this is going to be, surely you tie here.
I would think.
Yeah, surely the reverse doesn't want to give him the opportunity. A character like Scarecrow that has almost guaranteed damage a lot of the time. You don't want to give your opponent the opportunity to get it back.
He was just waiting for it. Wow, sweep.
Oh
and then out of the air. It's very tough right now for Happy Pow. Bad situation.
Oh wow, very
Back set,
surprised that didn't punish.
Can't afford to get hit. Traumatized. Yeah, I think he just wanted to activate the trait. The damage over time. That's going to be it.
Wow, that is quite a result. The entire of the Middle East crew here supporting their boy. 3-2, the reverse. Very quickly, almost lost the way so many people did in Combo Breaker. You know, you get 2 games up on Happy Pow, he switches on, he turns up, and is able to win 3 in a row. But the reverse is able to put a stop to that curse and end up clinging out the set anyway with some really tidy Scarecrow play.
You got to think back to the Grodd pick, I think. You know, once his second game of Flash was in, you could see he had settled down, he looked stronger, he was really in it at that point. The Grodd pick was, unfortunately, kind of a wasted game for him.
I mean, the thing is, I sympathize with Happy Pow, absolutely, of course. You know, I'm a biased European. I wanted to see him win. However, the only way of getting competitive experience with the characters is to use them in tournament.
Of course.
However, I do think there's a time and a place.
Right.
I think if you're going to try out characters in a tournament setting, do so when you have, like, there's less on the line, right? Happy Pow, he placed well enough at Combo Breaker to get some points. Unfortunately, CEO did not go quite as well for him, so it was very important for him to place well here to make sure he can kind of get that point injection. I don't think this was the tournament to try out a new character. Because, of course, you know, his Grodd isn't weak, it's just not ready.
Yeah.
And I think probably not the greatest choice. And like you said, I think he kind of wasted the game.
Yeah,
and hopefully he can run it back in losers bracket and we see him more through. Because, you know, of course, who else is in his pool, actually? It might not be quite as easy as that.
It's a tough one, yeah. Katana Prime, Ganondorf, Foxy, Aziz. Yeah, those are the guys I know.
Yeah, Rudy as well. Rudy used to play, he was actually coming up to play right now, is actually quite a prominent player of many different fighting games. He's been around in fighting game scene generally for a very long time from the UK.
Okay.
We saw him a lot last year. He was training a lot with the Electronic Dojo boys in Birmingham because he himself, you know, is obviously says in his name, versus fighting Rudy. He is one of the Electronic Dojo originals. Used to travel all the time with Ikesy last year, who was obviously making waves in other games right now. And last year, it was very much an injustice year for this team of players, especially this pair. And Rudy did have a very tidy Red Hood back then. He placed well, I believe it was Celtic Throwdown last year.
Okay.
He managed to get grand finals against Madzin, who was able to win that in the end. So he definitely has experience in this game. The question is, how much has he been playing it recently? Yeah, I definitely know this isn't his focus.
I can see he's a longtime player. Look at that wine grip on the stick. That's that's a grip that was popular way back in the day, and that has pretty much been phased out unless you're somebody who started at the beginning of things.
And now, and things I consider myself someone that's been around for quite a while, like 2011. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
People
a
used to do that
whippersnapper right now.
yeah.
They're young blood. But he is obviously, of course, against Xaziz, who is infamous within the community as, you know, we widely regarded as a skilled player, but he picks up like every character in the game for the sole purpose of teaching Tekken Master the matchup. He did it in MK, and he does it in this game, which means that he is impossible to counterpick because he plays like every character in the game. But the problem is, he's a guy that never really has a main, right?
Yeah.
He never really has that kind of go-to focused. So he's very almost like jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah, I think that's definitely his kind of approach, and that's what he goes for. And if you can find a matchup that works, and Injustice 2 is at the moment seen to be quite a counterpick heavy game with a with a certain amount of the characters, so it's not a terrible way to play. The question is, how well will it work in this kind of setting against true specialists?
It looks like he's got the Atom.
We don't really see much Atom in Europe, to be honest. I mean, I know you don't really see him generally. It's kind of Gur and
yeah.
DSV Basics, I believe.
There's
I don't
really just a
know
couple.
many else. He's such an awkward character.
Right,
but
he's very funky.
Yeah. He's one of those kind of classic Injustice characters that's designed to do a very specific thing, and it either blends with you or it doesn't.
Yeah.
But, that being said, it's a very spectator-friendly thing. Atom is one of the most entertaining characters in the game to watch, in my opinion.
But can be very frustrating to play
Yeah,
against.
I mean, there's just no experience like him, right? What other character in all the fighting games can become microscopic and then just literally swat himself all over you until you take damage?
That little gnat.
Of course, with having one of the best voices in the game, because everything you hear him say, just like, oh.
yeah.
But
He's
it's like a
just
happy
a nerd.
receipt. Yeah, indeed.
Okay, starting it off.
Yep. I love the way Atom players do that too, because it's almost guaranteed first hit, right?
it's so good at the beginning.
Yeah, really sticking with that Red Hood. Red Hood, a very powerful character. Again, someone that we don't really see too much nowadays, but those that play him really make it work. Obviously, Sonic Fox being one of, if not the best Red Hood player around, and even then it's only one of his team.
Right. In there now.
But it's that kind of neutral control. I imagine that what the matchup is with the key point options Red Hood has versus the Stomp and the Gunshot. Obviously, Atom being one of those characters that is always doing something. In the neutral, there's always a button being pressed, always a special being threatened. Okay, keeping it meterless with a repositioning.
Over it. Oh, he tried to meet him in the air. I'm surprised the jump through didn't come out in time.
Oh, I like the attempt. He anticipated a jump, but there's the Atom to teleport. Coming out.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
meter
very
burns
nice.
is very fast. This should be the round. Oh, it's not. Oh my, he lives.
Very even.
And he may teleport at any time. You don't know. There it is.
That
Trying to
one
just
too.
chip it out. Oh!
Oh my lord! And the move that didn't look like it connected is the one that finishes. Now, Xaziz, he can play like an absolute maniac here, because he's on, like, borrowed time. Just any damage he can do now is great. If he can get rid of bar, if he can do any damage, exactly,
yeah.
just go for the trait. Do it,
All
do
good,
it.
all good. He wants to chip out so desperately.
He just did low profile.
Over
That's
there
how
it
pretty
is. Oh, man, finally.
cool. I mean, isn't that like the famous last words about fighting Atom? You do some damage, it's, oh, finally I hit him.
Knocked out of the air. Very okay.
Ooh. Looks like disrespect.
Just inputting it.
I think it's a buffer, man. It's probably a buffer.
Too, yeah.
Well, if there's a character that would do it, it's probably the Atom. Okay, there we go. More damage coming through. Delayed into grab. Xaziz being very, very obnoxious right now. Looks so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
There we go. Went for that on Rudy's wake up, just to almost try and guarantee a tiny bit of damage.
I agree, stream producer. That was over. Before it was over, it was already over.
Unfortunate, but true. Now Rudy getting a little bit of advice from Foxy, obviously the UK represent. Now Rudy, it looks like he definitely remembers how to play. He looks quite tidy. There wasn't a messy game by any means. But at the same time, like there is a specific way you have to play around Atom.
Okay. Got the first hit and also took out that trade, so that's nice. Great start for him. Wow, waking up with gunshots.
Oh, tries to anti-air, but it's no avail. There's another grab.
Yeah, it's worked a couple of times now.
I actually think one of the best things about the grab for Atom, though, is how long the grab takes. If he's waiting on his trait to come back, it uses quite a lot of time. As you can see how powerful
slow
that
walk.
trait is. Yeah, indeed. It's that full screen game. Kind of hard to tell who's going to come off the better here, because Rudy has the faster projectiles, but the chunk of damage the ground pound does, it's hard to trade with.
Just walking back, threatening with the interactable right there.
I do wonder if you can almost jump on reaction and try and go for air gunshots to try and tag him. Oh, that's going to be a full launch too.
Oh,
wow.
he got over.
Yeah, went
that
clean
a
over the
low crush?
sweep. No, I think he just went over.
No, for sure, yeah.
And the first time we see the chemical, and it's going to kill.
Some days are just weird, huh?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's
dirty,
that?
but no punish.
Yeah, very, very dangerous spot.
Cannot be letting Atom get away with that. Oh, wow, the armor.
Okay, yeah, nothing after it, though.
Yeah, that was a bad situation. Rudy lost the damage and the bar.
Oh, boy.
Back three's going to clean, swat him out of the air. There's the block.
Into
Oh,
what?
so much chip damage.
All right, there it is. A nice little comeback right there from Rudy.
Now, does he have enough life to bring it back there? The thing about Atom is it's hard to avoid damage generally, right?
He's ready.
He's so in your face all the time and almost like chips you so hard to avoid.
Well, there is a lot of meter here on Rudy's side. 3 to 2. Okay, everything is spent.
Yes, indeed. Aziz has a lot of life to potentially make that meter back. Rudy, on the other
All of
hand.
a sudden in there.
Yeah.
Punish.
A
little bit at least.
Yeah, he could have technically gone for a down one background bounce,
Right.
but in case he mistimed it, he would have lost the game for sure. I think he's just making sure he can get some damage. Oof. 2 back to back. Oh, wow, the
In
footsies.
there.
Oh,
Hold on, he lives.
Can't tell if disrespect or like an attempt to buffer into the
Down
stomp.
3.
That's going to be 2-0. Aziz, smile on his face. No, he's happy with that one. The question is, what do you reckon Rudy can do differently here? Because I feel like he's not playing badly. I just feel like he's not quite playing the matchup.
I think there's a lot of caution, maybe over caution on his side.
Yeah.
He could have punished better, for example. He's been throwing stars from full screen as if it were a matchup where he could credibly zone, but I don't think that it is.
Yeah, indeed. And the thing about Atom is like he's not the kind of character that does a lot of damage either. It's more like he'll like chip you down piece by piece.
Yeah.
So if you can get the opportunity to hit him and you take away bigger chunks, it will be easier for you. At the same time, it's actually opening him up seems to be quite difficult. As Aziz is being very hard to pin down right now.
Here it is.
Okay, there's an opportunity.
Gotta deal some good damage.
Set up.
He'll set up for himself.
Yep, went for the setup and the disrespect.
Backdash
Aziz.
worked. Nice block. Oh, wow, he almost got it.
So
Tough to
close.
do.
Yeah, so close, but so far. The grab, that's going to be the life bar for Aziz, looking on match point over Rudy.
Yeah, and that trade is making its way back. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
out of the air. Very good.
Oh,
that
so
would have been sick.
That would have been absolutely amazing.
Oh, the tech. Okay, he's waking up a little bit right now. Again.
Okay, I like it. He realized that the sweep went under the back three attempt, so he went for the low tick instead to make sure that he wasn't able to get under it this time.
He's keeping his conversions very light on damage.
I think Rudy's adaptation has been really impressive. It's just he needs to follow through.
Yeah. He's definitely made some good changes.
Oh, wow. Dive straight into the projectile. That is
Yep.
unfortunate. Okay, it's going to be 2 bars apiece again. Surely they just trade it out. Rudy can't afford to not spend it, and Aziz can build it back easily. Oh, tries to jump over. Rudy
It's a
moves
little
himself
bit.
back.
Again. Oh, all right.
He's found the answer.
Yeah. Thinking his opponent respected it at least a little bit.
On the patience for the last minute low.
Oh. Okay, so there is a clash. 2 bars. Gotta think he uses at least one of them here.
I mean, surely, yeah. Yeah, 2. I think he also just wants to be careful. Make sure he gets as much health back.
Sure, and as you said, he's been able to build meter pretty easily.
Also, 15 to 25, that's quite a substantial difference, especially in a matchup like this. Oh, a delayed grab, really not quite getting the techs. And slowly but surely getting chipped away. And looking like the loser's bracket's going to be his home soon, unless he can make an adjustment here. There's the plus frames, but disrespected by the trait activation. And the Atom is going to be taking that game. Aziz moving forward in the bracket.
Okay. That means that he'll be playing against a Foxy Grandpa in the next round.
Oh, okay, that should be quite interesting to see. It's like I said before, right? Atom just isn't a very popular character in this part of the world. So generally speaking, it's quite hard to get the matchup knowledge. And even if you know the matchup, like every Atom's different, right? You watch Gur play, you watch, I mean, I'd list other Atoms, but there really aren't that many of them.
Yeah.
So,
No, but he's the kind of character that comes with an unusual set of tools.
Yeah.
And different players can put that together in a different format. I mean, you're never going to be like a kind of crazy rushdown sort of mix-up heavy character without the trait. There are some commonalities, but within how he works, I feel like there's more zoning, spacing having sort of options. There's more mid-rangey options. I like him a lot. I think there's a lot of variety in him.
yeah, I think, yeah, for example, like as a quick comparison, you watch Gur play, you see a lot more of the strings used, a lot more of the kind of chemical usage.
That's true,
Whereas
yeah.
with Aziz, it was very much kind of, I'm going to play because I know this matchup is, if I play it right, really annoying to deal with. And in fighting games, you have to remember, it's not just about what your character can mechanically do, it's how your character makes the opponent feel.
Yeah.
And the Atom is a character that can frustrate your opponents. And if they're getting a bit like, in the heat of the moment, not quite enjoying their time, obviously they might make mistakes that you can capitalize on, and you can play like that. And I feel like the fact that we have Foxy coming up soon, we might see a shade of that because he plays like that no matter what character he's using.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
kind of what he goes for. But it is, oh my lord,
okay.
we have a juicy one coming up. Not expecting to see this in losers bracket this early, but it's going to be Dizzy TT from the UK, the 16-year-old up-and-comer versus Tekken Master, the legend from the Middle East. Now, what matchup do you reckon we see? Looks like Tekken Master potentially looking at Green Arrow, a character that we know he picked up specifically for the Batman matchup last year, but obviously that was almost a year ago now. So if he's been playing this character for now, that's a year's worth of polish we might be able to see.
He did tell me that he was only going to play Starfire and Atrocitus, but maybe that was a mix-up on me.
Everyone kind of has their own means. All right, so I believe we are good to go and get started. So it's presumably going to be Green Arrow versus Catwoman.
Going to restart, it looks like.
I wonder why it's Green Arrow for here specifically. Of all the characters that Tekken Master plays.
Well, we'll see if he can deal with it.
Now, Dizzy, we know
Trying
he's
to back off at the very beginning.
he's a very patient player, is Dizzy. You know, he's very by the book, very calculated. He's a young guy, you know, have to remember, he's 16. So there's a lot of potential in the future for this guy. But
Yeah, I think that match against Hayate, excuse me, really showed that he's willing to play patiently.
oh, absolutely. I think it's a good trait for someone to have, right?
Oh.
You know, it's like I said earlier on, you know, typically you see young players in the scene and they're quite aggressive, they're very, you know, in your face. It's very rare you see someone play this reserved, and especially with a character like Catwoman that goes together like bread and butter. And now Tekken Master finds
Not a
himself.
whole lot. Wow, jump 2 from downtown.
I think Tekken Master was.
Oh, no!
I think that was a very last minute decision to anti-air, and anti-airing Catwoman's jump 2, the whip, is dangerous to do, and there it is, the first meter burn back 3, the Catwoman special. Dizzy
Out of there.
knowing how to get through. We have to remember, it isn't quite the same back 3 that we saw last year. It has received
Right.
some adjustments, but still very effective.
It's still very strong.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess you just have to be a bit smarter when you choose to use it now. You know, you can't just throw it out and hope for the best in quite the same fashion.
You can definitely see the patience on Dizzy's side. This is kind of an annoying style to be playing against, but he's been doing fine. Now he's caught in the corner, though.
Yeah, nice
Different story.
optimal.
We'll see. Tekken Master just backing off.
Oh, and there's the
Yeah.
punish. Yeah, there's no way he's going to miss that, especially with a character who's that fast of a launcher. Okay, and there's the clean adaptation. Tekken Master goes down the first life bar, but this much health against Green Arrow, always hard to keep hold of, especially with that chip.
Yeah. Whittling away, whittling away.
Oh,
Very nice call.
Yep, wonderful stuff.
Caught in the corner, though. Tekken Master's there.
He's got the car, but you know
He's
he's
really
ready
just been
for it.
harassing with fire arrows this whole time. I mean, I don't know what percentage of the damage he's dealt is just fire arrow chip, but I feel like it's a lot.
Like, up until he just got hit, it was almost all the damage he'd taken. But this is that good style, Tekken Master, right? I feel like this is almost, he's picked this against Dizzy more so against Catwoman. Because it feels like someone like Dizzy there, he's going to sit there and he's going to be patient, he's going to take it slow. Take it slow against Green Arrow, get chipped down until you have no choice but to do something rash.
Here it is. Some damage.
Ooh, last minute
Delay.
block.
Okay. Went in.
Yeah, Dizzy not
A little
looking for the
mix-up
mix-up.
on it, right?
Ooh, no punish, but he attempted. A little bit slow.
I feel like chip is really very important for Tekken Master. I mean, he'd love to get big damage on a punish, but that doesn't seem as necessary.
Especially considering he's going to be building a ton of
Out of
meter
the
as
air.
well. at the
Dizzy,
same
I think,
time.
is maybe starting to get a little bit impatient, but you can't blame him on that. He needs to get in at this point.
Yeah, I
He's
feel like
running
Tekken
out of
Master.
time.
Yeah, he's just playing this matchup so well. And just like that, Tekken Master walking back. He's not just shooting arrow after arrow. He's leaving gaps. And those gaps, Dizzy is expecting an arrow and just walking straight into a blocking Green Arrow with the cat dash. And it's costing him a bar to do so. Tekken Master has really slowed this down and put Dizzy on control.
Ah, he was looking for the low again, didn't come. And this is very tough right now for Dizzy. He can't take any chip. Even just slide meter burn. Hold on, though.
Okay, this
If he can find an exit on this.
But there's Green Arrow and wake up. He has to avoid it. He thinks he's going to wake up as Tekken Master.
Nothing.
He's patient. He's not
Tekken
pressing
Master
anything.
hanging out. Oh! That push block. I love the decision there for Tekken Master because as soon as that occurred, he was in a much stronger position for himself.
Yeah.
Does he have notes written on his phone?
I'm not sure.
I guess he's in high school, right?
Yeah, of
That's
course.
what I used to do.
If you didn't bring a notepad, just write it on your hand.
Yeah.
Still though, I feel like that wasn't it wasn't a super dominant game in terms of like life bar, but in terms of pace, Tekken Master was definitely in control. I feel like he spent the whole game just having Dizzy chase after him, because like you said, the chip damage is such an important part of this matchup, and I don't think you even saw him load an electric arrow or an ice arrow.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Like he knows why. I mean, clearly that's why he's picked this character, right? He has that matchup knowledge. And Dizzy again being forced to constantly play keep up, losing constant health in the process.
Fire arrows are back.
Yep.
And again, there have been no hits, but look at that life bar up there.
I feel feel like Dizzy has to try his best to stop him 3D loading the arrows. Because obviously he only gets 3 of them, then he has to bring them back. But like that, he tries to get a jump in, but he recovers in time. Very clean. Second Master.
A little bit there for Dizzy. Slowly trying to bulldog it. Trying to navigate.
It's definitely one of those matchups.
As you said, he's been doing a really good job of staggering when he brings out the arrows. It's not just a constant barrage. It's not a predictable timing at all.
Yeah. And even then, like, he's going for the Savage Blast in place of backdashes. He's building bar too, so, and he's sticking out that big damaging hitbox. Oh, beautiful combo from Tekken Master using the background bounce.
And threatened just like that. And Dizzy is in big trouble.
And he's delaying wake up. Even when Dizzy finally gets the knockdown, Tekken Master is almost getting out there and there.
Ah, here it is.
Okay, opportunity.
No!
Oh, no!
Oh, and loses the life bar as well. Wow.
Yeah, he's going to have to shake that one off for sure. That is not what you want to see happen. But again, this just goes to show that the kind of I suppose the discipline from Tekken Master. You know, he's been in tournaments for a long time. He understands how to play against certain people. If you are going to be a super slow-paced player, you'll be very calculated. He'll pick a character that is good against that kind of play style, and that's what we're seeing now. Tekken Master has picked the matchup for a reason.
Yeah, he is playing the maximally frustrating style. Reloads, of course. Okay.
And then he
actually wanted fire. That's hilarious.
I think that was actually perhaps an accidental.
I think it was too. Yeah, he went to fire before the second electric one was shot.
Yep, he saw the electricity and was like, oh no, wait, hang on. And then we get the fire one back
2-2.
out.
If you're Tekken Master, why not? You've been able to build meter freely. Giant life lead. Last game was not like this in terms of life lead. This is all Tekken Master.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's almost the fact that we're seeing, you know, Dizzy is very clearly struggling to deal with it the longer this goes on, and Tekken Master is just getting more and more comfortable.
Oh, with the
even stuff like there, right? Wasn't able to get the punish in time.
Ah, he's really made Dizzy respect that.
Oh, it still gets the anti-air.
Lovely
stuff.
combo.
Tekken Master. He definitely has notes in his hand.
Back to the notes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, Tekken Master, this is... I feel like I'd like to... I know he's obviously clearly picked this for a matchup reason, but I'd actually like to see him play Green Arrow more. I feel like he blends with the character really well.
Yeah.
And when you see him go to other characters, so flippantly, he doesn't quite have the same level of patience as he does with Green Arrow. I feel like I'd like to see him play the characters that he, has stuck with for a while. Because even his Green Arrow, right? He picked this for a matchup a year ago, is still playing it now. Yeah. So he's technically been playing Green Arrow for a year. That's a long time for a player like this. And it's clearly working from here.
Part of why he's such a dangerous player is that he's kind of amorphous in the style. Here he is so patient. And if he goes to Atrocitus, he's happy to do the overhead low mix-up and take the bet on it, right? So he has both sides. He can really make that work. That's difficult to play against, not knowing necessarily what style he's going to bring in.
And to be able to do so on the fly, right? And not need kind of games to do it. And he just goes from character to character and like a light switch. He's changing these styles dramatically. Speaking of which, though, Dizzy is going to have to try and find something that works in this matchup because it's just not getting going for him at all.
Okay. Well, at least he got the hit. Looking for that. Lovely stuff. It was a punish.
And the wake-up game. Yeah, Oki. He's been struggling with Oki right now. What can he do? Wake up. Okay, delay wake up. I feel like Dizzy, like, going back in any degree, I know he's trying to bait wake-ups, but moving back is something he just can't afford to do anymore. Because Tekken Master, he's delaying his wake-up. When he sees Dizzy go in the air, he's not doing it. He's just almost giving away that space. Tries to get the combo, the same confirm.
Would have been cool.
Still has the life lead, though.
Oh, look at that patience. He didn't absolutely expect for sure that there would be a jump.
But then when you see Dizzy going and trying to play that 50 game with buttons, he's walking into Savage Blast.
Tekken Master all of a sudden.
Yeah, indeed. He is just playing this neutral so well. And there's a Savage Blast. He knew he wouldn't be jailed in from that distance.
Will he bring out fire arrows immediately?
No, Dizzy is one life bar away from being eliminated.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
He has to make the change soon, or it is all going to be over. Tekken Master sitting pretty. Now, okay, we're seeing more shock arrows. Definitely intentional now.
Well, here's Dizzy. He's got the corner for himself, or at least had it.
Oh, there we go. Delay wake up of his own, but
didn't make
confirm.
this count. He was looking for wake up, nothing came.
Yeah, tries to still guard, but an empty jump from Tekken Master.
Tekken Master just is not taking any risks, defensively or offensively. It's just not happening.
And then the first time he does anything, he tries to get out of the corner, and Dizzy's able to finally get a big hit. Misses the combo and immediate wake up from Tekken Master.
We've seen that twice, and it's been killer both times.
Yeah, a much closer game at least for Dizzy. It's definitely still possible, but look at, oh no, walk straight into a slide.
All of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah, every single time he gets hit by anything now. Now we're looking at dangerous territory.
Look at that bar build up on the bottom left. It's so consistently moving up.
Oh, even that traded. He was able to get the first bar, but tough times for Dizzy.
That was 1% damage lost for Tekken Master because it was the end of the round.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for sure. Nice.
Here it is, anti-air.
Yep. Clean. What can he do with it?
He's got to make this count, and he just hasn't been able to. He just has not been able to get pressure.
Okay,
even
now-
though he's had the corner.
Yep, there's the block.
Yeah.
Now Dizzy cannot let him out, but just walks straight into a jump heavy. Any more hits, and it's going to be over.
Cannot get touched. Oh, this is really it. Yeah. That is that. Extremely strong stuff by Tekken Master. Taking it over Dizzy. That was losers, so Dizzy is eliminated.
Yeah.
Tekken Master qualifies for top 8 in losers.
Yeah, unfortunate to see Dizzy go down, but that does mean he got 9th place, so he's going to get himself some IPS points. So definitely not all lost. I know it's not the result he was looking for. You know, he is one of those young players. He is on the grind all the time, and I know he's hungry for success. You know, I believe he got 9th at Versus Fighting last year. He got eliminated by, he got, I believe it was top 16 because he lost to Omega K, very close to top 8. Again, that was another 3-2 last health bar. I believe that was his first tournament. So he's already got a year's worth of experience under his belt.
Okay.
He went to, I believe, Combo Breaker. I want to say.
He was definitely at CEO. I'm
No,
not sure if he was
I think it was. It was either both. I think it was both of them. Off the top of my head, but I know he was definitely at CEO, and obviously here today. And I think he was talking to us on the way that he does think that Evo is a possibility.
Okay.
So we might see him again this year also. So he still has an opportunity, but obviously Evo's the tough one. For sure of the year. You know, typically speaking, it's the biggest of the year for the community, and we expect it'll be the same this time. But well played, regardless. You know, he's clearly getting the experience. He's moving forward. Hasn't quite got the success I'm sure he wants, but there's still time for sure.
And even thinking about that match, obviously it went poorly, but in that last game, he did have a lot more corner control. That is to say that although he didn't capitalize it on it kind of as well as he wanted to, he was able to get his opponent into the corner a little bit more consistently. So maybe there was an adaptation, maybe there was a change, and that's at least something to build on from a mentality perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, Tekken Master, huge congratulations. Going to be getting that top 8 loser side. You know, he's going to be happy with that. Again, getting more points. And after going down to Hayate quite convincingly, nice to see him eventually be able to bring it back and still play on top form and not let it get to him too much. So we have our next game coming up. And I heard Scarecrow. Oh, okay.
Yep.
So this, considering we're likely going to be seeing Scarecrow versus Wonder Woman by the sounds of
it sounds
things.
like Wonder Woman, yeah.
I mean, so KP is from Florida, where of course White Boy is from.
Yep.
Who is
Toxin as well.
Yeah, and of course, how can I forget? So this is definitely a part of America that has the Scarecrow knowledge, and I expect KP is no different in that regard.
I'm sure he knows it well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this goes.
I think this is a good character pick. There's just so much ground control for Wonder Woman. Hard for Scarecrow to move around in quite the same way. He has to respect so much of this mid screen, and that's where he wants to be. Very nicely played so far. A little bit too far, but the reverse trying to move.
Yeah, there's
Punish.
a 4-3. Now, I actually wonder if that shield bash from Wonder Woman almost seems to be like a almost, I don't want to say guaranteed punish, but like a good option in that range. Unless it's perhaps the absolute furthest of the far.
Oh, wow. Here's a chance.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So he gets the damage from the armor and also takes the bar from Katana Prime. Good situation for him. Actually, keep her in the corner.
Looking for a wake up. Nothing came though. Down 2. We've seen him willing to do that.
Oh, no.
Might have been unfortunate drop. Here's the wake up. Nice.
Actually, kind of weird seeing that happen to him, considering he did that to Happy Power like 20 times. Oh no, dropped the combo as well. A little bit of a shaky start, but Katana Prime is going to get the best of it.
Yeah, walked in for the grab. Retains corner control here. Big bet on that. Did he backdash that? That was sick.
Oh wow, gets in that down 1, but no follow-up. Just has to break the armor.
Still stuck. Okay, here he is. Challenges out very well. Meter burn it. And he may be able to just kill on chip here. Oh, okay, that works as well.
Like Katana Prime opted to go for the backdash as well. I think he expected some like a grab or
yeah.
I expect the read. Okay, now this is where the reverse has to be careful. He does have the trait ready.
Out of there. Tried it. No dice. A little bit of damage up there on top.
Oh, doesn't get in range. Oh, good confirm into the unclashable stuff. Katana Prime looking good.
Very nice. Even chip at this point. Yep, that was enough. So very strong stuff by Katana Prime.
Yeah, it was a clean first game.
I thought of the reverse too. Wasn't entirely one-sided.
Oh wow! I find Katana Prime is just controlling him a lot better. You know,
oh yeah.
It seems like when you're able to give Scarecrow that kind of that space, that distance to get those buttons going, it's a lot more difficult. Whereas Katana Prime is, I mean, case in point,
that,
right? That whiff punish, insane.
Meter burns it here.
Okay, there we go. There's the trait activation. The Traumatize is building. Oh wow, nice.
That's somebody who knows where his opponent's going.
Yeah, and again, Katana Prime is just, he's not letting him get away with anything. Every button the reverse presses of Katana Prime is in the neutral. He's whip punishing, he's keeping him where he wants him to be. Absolute control.
Yeah, that half screen in front of Wonder Woman is just a difficult place for Scarecrow to challenge. Oh, all right, the hit.
Okay,
A lot of damage available right now.
Oh no, he went for the optimal but dropped it. I feel like you have to be absolutely sure you can get those, because that, I mean, what you just tried there is a tricky link.
Right.
Wasn't able to get it and actually lost
Trying to
the
get the
first
whip
life
punish,
bar.
did not. And Katana Prime back to trying to control things here. Running into it.
Yeah, I'm getting the impression that Reverse is getting quite impatient now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's starting to be some frustration on his side. See him stabbing in with buttons kind of randomly.
So I think he's trying to catch him, but Katana Prime just, he's been around a while. You know, he knows this matchup. He's not going to be sticking out buttons. He just doesn't need to.
Okay, that said, the reverse has the corner, and he's not so far down in life.
And he's close to traumatized. So if you can activate it, he's going to get guaranteed attack. Oh no, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's quite a bet.
Okay, there's a
Plus
plus
ranks
frames.
here.
Yeah, respected.
What? Oh, does not mean to burn the second. Doesn't he get the punish? Nice.
Yeah, he cancels it. I don't think he wants to commit. Now, Katana Prime has a super. If he hits anything at all, that's going to be over.
Jumping away.
Yep.
Hoping to see a panic there from Katana Prime. Nothing came. Ooh, Traumatized is there.
Oh.
Okay, okay. And immediately with the clash, 2 and 2.
Now, what does the reverse do here? Because he still has a clash of his own. So Katana Prime might put him in a situation that he can actually clash, if he can.
Yeah, I think that makes sense from the reverse. He's hoping to be able to deal damage. I don't think this is going to happen.
No,
Yeah.
not at all, and that's going to be it. Katana Prime going up 2-0. A much closer second game, absolutely, but
True.
I think, I feel like the reverse is playing around the anticipation that Katana Prime was going to be moving around at weird times, pressing buttons at weird times. He's trying to catch him out, but Katana Prime just isn't doing that.
Yeah.
You know, he really is playing patient, and it's what you have to do with Roman, right? He's playing the matchup properly. But I just feel like it's just not going to quite work. I feel like he's just playing that almost like half screen to three-quarter screen distance, and that's where he's kind of spending most of the time. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Big
What a
blow
call at the beginning.
I mean, I guess on this stage, it's a bit more likely, right? You know, both players, they're both power characters.
Yeah.
Everyone does it at some
Yeah, for
point.
sure.
I try to call it out.
Trying to use that forward 2 a lot more here.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
all right.
Starting to see more of those.
Didn't have meter. Was very worried about the wake up, and he has been pretty consistently so.
Oh, wow, nice anticipation. Quick little confirm on the shield toss. Katana Prime squeezing out all the damage he can.
Really threatening. The shield bash can come at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when he has the right buff too, right? He's got the shield buff on, so he's going to make the most of it while he can.
There it is.
There it is. Shield bash from full screen. Ooh, not quite. Right, again, the reverse is almost opting to go back to that style, trying to stick out with buttons.
Oh, no, forward 1, maybe not the best choice. Kind of slow.
Yeah,
And there's Katana Prime with the punish.
quite an easy punish, to be honest, as well. You know, all those moves, normally you kind of cancel them, kind of mix it up, but Katana Prime has no reason to not go for those shoulder
Got
charges.
there in time, yes. Restand. Into what? We've seen an attempted backdash. Tried to jump, it looked like, and even Chip is going to do it, so he trades up. And look at this, much closer now.
No, definitely. I like Katana Prime's attempt to jump out as well, though, you know, right? Because it seems like Reverse has tried everything but just a standing string. Just kind of respect the option once you see your opponent is going to do it. KP now. Oh, good read on the neutral jump. That's
He
going
did
to be
get
a
the
full
punish.
combo.
Very nice. Awkward for many characters to be able to do, but there's Wonder Woman.
You're a fraud.
You're no match
He's
for
called
me.
KP a fraud.
Yeah.
Wow, can you believe that?
Took a long time to consider what to do.
Yeah, there's no easy decision.
No.
Okay, he's got the
Not there in
shield toss
time.
again. That's a good buff for him. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Haven't seen that in a
Oh,
while.
tried to jump. The whip said no.
Oh, and there it is.
Anti-air
Clean. Oh, tries to get the optimal, but just out of range.
Again, knocked down that whip. Really controlling things right now.
Yep, every hit is something that he does not want. As Reverse is lower on health now, slowly but
Yeah.
surely getting chipped down. Katana Prime 2 games up. This
Big
is match
trouble.
point.
Hoping for a traumatized, maybe.
He's close, but at
Yeah,
the same time,
it-
he
it-
might not have the health to build it.
Right, yeah. Kind of awkward to be able to build it this time.
Oh, he tried the
punish.
punish. On the traumatized. Has he
about
got
it.
time left?
No, not punished.
Oh, no.
Oh. He can't afford anything. Got the hit.
Cannot
Trying
drop
to
this.
keep it. Oh, and he did give up the
Almost
clash.
out
I'm a
of
little
gas.
surprised to see that.
The nightmare's just starting.
I feel like maybe he just wanted to get the damage and leave it up to KP,
But now he's full screen and he really can't take any. He's got traumatized. KP knows it, and I doubt we're going to see anything. Yeah, KP was just hanging out.
I feel like he was almost like, because he knew he was not going to hit the traumatize, he just wanted to use it and get the aura back on, maybe. Oh, and he was looking for it.
Yep.
KP waiting for anything to react to.
Nice
That's
stuff.
what he's going to get. Good stuff.
So that means that Katana Prime makes it into winners finals of his pool, where he'll play either Foxy Grandpa or Aziz. That's the match that's coming up now.
I
See
mean,
the players sitting down right then.
I feel like Katana Prime has a good track record at Viennality so far. You know, he was in MKX last year and did well, but he got third in the end. And that was back when, you know, a lot of Europeans were still playing.
Right. And
looking still good now. So in Injustice 2 and obviously MK to follow later on. But the name is, you know, he's been a strong Injustice player. You know, he's known mainly nowadays for commentary, but it's not at the expense of his ability to play the game.
He's still playing.
He is sponsored for a reason. You know, he is still a player. He is still there playing and doing well for himself with characters you don't see too often, so huge props for that, and we'll see him very soon. But moving into our next game, I believe we have Aziz versus PXP of Foxy Grandpa. This is going to be an interesting one, because if Aziz goes with Atom, like we saw him do beforehand, I think that's definitely a good pick against someone like Foxy, who again is very by the book, very kind of calculated. Atom kind of throws the book out the window in a lot of senses, if you're playing the right kind of way. But Foxy is still rocking the Batman mainly, and still has a dead shot.
Okay.
But the question is, what matchup dictates the dead shot?
Yeah, I had heard that he picked the character back up.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of many dead shots to, after the nerfs kind of go, it's not really worth it anymore, there are better choices. And because they've been playing loads of Batman at the time, obviously Batman is, you know, he pulled out Batman at the E-League, last chance qualifier, top 4, ended up getting second place, like an amazing showing. And his Batman was like a couple of weeks old at the time. Like he just had a very fundamental understanding of why he picked the character and what was going to work. And he ended up sticking with Batman from them until now. And now he's almost had the reverse and gone back to Deadshot for certain matchups. But it's going to be Starfire.
Yeah, not Adam. Just checking buttons here, but yeah, almost certainly still going to be Starfire.
It's always weird when the button check looks like an actual match that could
tell.
take place. So
She's zoning Batman out. Yeah, okay, that's how it goes.
So Aziz playing Starfire definitely isn't a huge surprise. You know, I did say before, Aziz was kind of mainly known in you know, early on in the game's life for you know, picking characters for the sole purpose of Tekken Master Lane in the matchup, because obviously, you know, they're very close friends and they could play all the time. But Aziz has definitely become a much, much stronger player as the time has gone on. And now he plays with his characters too. And Starfire is definitely one of the characters he would have played to get Tekken Master ready. But he's definitely kind of stepping out of that shadow. And this could be his breakout tournament to really show I am more than Tekken Master's training buddy. You know, he is a good player. He's showing that at the moment.
Wow, such respect right there by Foxy Grandpa. Was just blocking it out. Great stuff. Try to interrupt. Nice. On the lane.
That's going to connect too. And already half-life gone.
Okay. Meter burn roll right in.
Okay, now we're going to see the new Vortex.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yep, that's the
Punish.
Foxy Vortex. He kept that one immediately after the latest patch and has used it
How
ever
much
since.
meter did he just spend?
Wow.
And only to lose the life bar after all.
Well, that's the thing, right?
By the way, we got the names backwards. Let's gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely Foxy on Batman, 100%. Oh, catches the back forward too. There's the loop trying to get out of the corner of the charge.
Who's looking for the jump? Nothing came. Look at this. Foxy Grandpa is going a mile a minute. Finally a punish. Not much though.
Foxy back to the corner, doesn't have trait out. Oh, he tried to summon, isn't quite able to. Oh, wake up parry! Okay, yeah, tries to get cute.
Clever. Oh, good stuff by Aziz. He's got the corner for himself. He's been looking good here, overhead.
It's one of those multi-tier things, right? You've not given Batman space to move around. You have the corner pressure, and you have all the screen behind you as a character like Starfire. Very good.
Ah, there's a cross-up.
Uh-oh, he dropped the combo, though. Uh-oh,
okay, the classic. He did have a bat.
And both players on super. So you can get the kind of confirmation if Foxy needs to.
I like that blitz block a lot. Out of the air.
Oh, that was nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was a clean finish.
He knew exactly what was coming up.
I feel like every time we see Foxy, he does get a lot tidier. And I feel like, you know, he's definitely widely regarded as one of the greatest European Injustice 2 players. Hasn't had, again, one of the players that has had a bit of a slow start to the IPS this year, but he's still been there. Like, it's not like he's been doing terribly, he just hasn't done as well as he did last year. But when you're talking that about Foxy, you're talking about a player that got second place at the World Championships. So, of course, anything but first or second is going to seem like a disappointing result in comparison to second at the World Finals, you know what I mean? But Viennality is a tournament that historically he's done very well at. You know, Foxy Grandpa has always been a king of European Netherrealm. You know, he has if there's one kind of series of tournaments he has played really well and always placed impressive in, it is European tournaments. You know, he's going to want to be keeping that streak up. Okay, now as he's going straight at him, yeah. Get that first hit. That was actually a great opportunity for Aziz because he got rid of all 3 trait bats from Foxy.
Out of there. Good stuff for Aziz. He can now harass again from far away. He comes in immediately. Get some damage out of the trade. Oh, he was hoping for something there. Again!
There's a strong read. There's the chemical. I believe that's the no jump. But doesn't need to. Foxy was never intending on jumping, apparently.
Right.
Oh, false! Wow, the max distance. But missed the combo again. That's right.
Okay, each time it's hit. Is that the round? Yes!
Oh, literally coast to coast. We went from the right-hand side of the screen, and now he has Foxy in the corner.
And that means to begin this round, he's already built half back on that trait.
Turn around, try and go for that sweep.
Underneath.
He's got underneath everything. Oh, and there's the punish. I like the read, though. Foxy did anything to got launched for it. Okay, do we see the vortex?
He is a big threat right now.
Oh, there's the block.
Knew that there was going to be a button, got on through it, and in fact, he was able to escape. We saw last now again.
Oh, wow.
So in both rounds so far, we've seen him very quickly spend 4 bars on air escapes.
Yeah, but he spent 4 bars on it back to back, like straight away.
Yeah.
So he's got nothing left now and still lost the round. That was a complete waste for Aziz, and he did have the lead. And now he's lost the meter advantage and looking like the health advantage if this keeps up. Plus frames, there's the respect, more plus frames. Oh, I like that.
I like that timing. That's very smart. Great blocking right here. Okay, not the whole way.
I feel like the Atom trait activation is a good answer to those bats, you know, on block stuff, because the bat still has to hit them, and if you're so small, even the bat struggles to find you.
Oh, okay, it did work. Now he's in there again. Unclashable. Where is he? He's the little boy down there.
Wow. Oh,
and the grab. God. Is that it? Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
That was such a tense finish.
Yeah.
Because Foxy's lay wake up for as long as possible. He just wanted to wait it out.
Right. I think the fence on the left actually kind of obscured where the Atom was.
It did seem like it.
So. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Back 3, huh?
That's an answer. There's the restand. Oh, the reset. To throw X's ease. Tricky stuff.
Pressures a little bit. Okay, yeah. Boy, he is playing super annoyingly right now.
Oh,
and the grab! You know, he's playing this so differently than what we saw before. He's much more offensive. Jump 3, excellent button. Continues the combo. And look at the strength right now from Aziz.
I mean, this is absolute momentum. He has almost an entire life bar.
In there immediately!
Trait. It's just putting a stop to everything Foxy wants to do here.
Here's the tech.
Wow,
underneath,
and he goes under.
Oh, down 3, one of the best at that.
And he still wasn't able to catch the recovery. Yeah, this character choice is paying it so well. X's is playing it so good. Do we see the setup?
There it is.
Oh, we do. Okay, another opportunity. This could be the life bar.
Underneath, okay, that's kind of a clever idea.
Oh, the parry! Interesting answer. Got him out.
It's not fun for me either.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I do love the use of X's going for those sweeps, though, because he's just going under everything. Like, even the jump-ins, right? Everything that Batman needs to do to get the ball rolling, X's is just putting a stop to.
Yeah, that's really one of the best in the game at doing that. So he's got 2 and 1. Nothing there from Foxy. He was content with the 15 back for his opponent.
Oh, wow, that was a good jump.
Yeah, I don't know about the timing on the stomp. Bit questionable. This is the result.
Plus frames again. Oh, wow, it goes over. I definitely think Foxy expected him to go to the other side.
Underneath again. Here he comes. He waited just a little bit.
Oh, wow. Didn't quite connect. There's the bar, but he misses the combo. Oh, but the instant jump from Aziz.
Yeah, I tried to meet him air 3. It's one of the best at it, but didn't work there.
Try and go
Underneath. Oh, my God.
Instant jump 3. Chemical.
The green.
Oh, the parry again. He gets under. Oh, and the stomp.
What are you going to do about that?
Yes, indeed. Aziz calling it out. Final read. Does he stick with Batman? He does. The rematch. Oh, and there it is. Clean over. Spends his first bar. Another vortex. Oh, but didn't want to. Yeah, didn't want to use the bats because he had all 3. Using all 3 bats for a single vortex. It's quite seemed worth it in comparison to what he can do with it. Otherwise, and there's an easy punish as it comes out of the trait. Yep, Spencer's final bar again. Has one bat. Oh, but doesn't actually
No,
go to
yeah, it's
summon.
not activated. He's going all out right now. Settling things down just a bit. Aziz now has full screen. Harassing a lot at a distance. And as soon as we saw that Batman had walked up into a range where he could activate that, there it was.
Wow.
Looking for it.
I
And
love
not
that.
the, well, unfortunate for him.
I like the attempt though, because he's like, knowing that it's, it wasn't guaranteed to be punished out of the trait, to go for the armored back 3, to catch him, just in case he was late with the punish. It was really smart. There we go. And then trait again. Oh, there we go. Waiting for the instant clash.
Yeah, I'll say.
Push yourself harder.
No, he's not going to get much health back here. He's barely
No,
lost
he
anything.
He couldn't have got much health back.
Oh, wow. Not quite sure what happened there. Just standing up into it.
Nice. The round. It's match point right now for XZs.
Yep. This is a good turnaround. This is what he needs. After that first game, the Atom was definitely a much better choice. What do we see here? 10 plus frames. Yep, I like it. Armor to get through.
Tried to chase down, not quite.
Oh, wow, that was his trait. It caught the trait activation. This will be a long time before he gets that back. And he doesn't have flash either.
Into what? Great block. Very important block. Out of there. Here's the grab.
Again, using that down 3 almost as like a, not an anti-air, but just to avoid the jump in.
Trade is ready, and so he pops it immediately. You can see him trying to stagger the timing. Walked up and grabbed, but teched. Very important.
Oh, wow. Presses buttons out of it. And another attempt for that jump 3. Didn't quite connect. Spencer's 2 bars. Oh, and there we go. The tricky jump in. Does he have the bar? Will he need it? No, he won't.
Okay.
That's 2 apiece now. I feel like the games that Aziz wins is he gets a much better start, right? He's able to sit on that life lead a bit, play that full screen game. But when Foxy's able to kind of get to that close range and he can actually start using the trait, I feel like in the second game especially, Aziz was able to deal with the trait really well. Like, it was almost like it wasn't a thing for Batman. Whereas in that game, it was seeming a little bit more consistent for Foxy to get those traits on deck for setup or combos, whatever he was going for.
So, of course, it's going to be Batman. Obligated to stick since he had just won the last game.
I think it's
Tied
taking
2
a
to
few
2.
seconds.
Yeah.
Foxy definitely wants to savor those moments. Think about what's coming up, as this is the final game in the series. It's the winners finals, I believe. So winners here should winners semis. Winners semis. Obviously, it's KP that's waiting for
yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly.
Got a little bit ahead of myself. Oh wow! Oh wow!
Tried to
Tried to
anti-air.
anti-air, and the first time he tries it, double
yeah.
jump.
Knew exactly when that should be brought out. They can't.
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay, there's that optimal stuff. Set up.
Very
There's a
tricky
straight back.
stuff incoming.
Okay, good block on the vortex. This time, but he lets go a block. Oh, and gets tagged. XZ's. This is not going well for him so far. Gets the trait out.
He's got a chance here to at least deal some damage. No, it's an escape. I love it there by Foxy Grandpa. Excellent defense.
Yeah, it's very hard to block a full sequence of that,
yeah.
especially when you're as tricky as Aziz. Oh, walks away.
Look at all that meter on XZ's side.
He presses buttons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he got
I
to
like
the
it.
other side.
Oh, there we go.
And now,
Jump in.
look at this D.
Wow!
And the punish comes.
That was perfect. Foxy Grandpa with the absolute defense.
And now with the match point.
Oh, wake up with the uppercut. And that's going to be clean anti-air. XZ's forced for another early clash. But it does mean that he can opt to spend a little bar here and keep a lot of it for utility.
That's exactly what he does. Tried to chase a little bit here. No meter burn on it.
And I think Foxy's got to be careful. I think he's trying to get some space to build that trait. Oh, wow.
Tried to meet him air to air, and I think that was on reaction. It just didn't work.
Seems like it. Now Foxy's got
There
to
it
be
is. Does he
careful.
have
with
time?
that bar, yeah. Oh no, meager damage. But he has a trait.
Did he try to down 2? Is that when I saw Batman start up? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at that.
I'm not
but in
sure.
any case, we got match point now for both.
Oh wow. Catches him with a trait. Oh nice, repositioning. Oh, the wake up attempt.
There it is, finally for him. Air to air 3 does work.
Restand. Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, keeps it unclashable. Oh, the wake up neutral jump. Foxy with the read. And that's going to be a full combo.
That is a hard read right there.
Yep, he has one bat. He's going to have another one after this. Good block on the vortex. Oh,
He's
just
out.
through. Oh, the
Oh.
parry to get through again. Foxy Grandpa. Oh,
There it
and the
is.
full range on the overhead will do enough. And XZ's played out of his mind, but Foxy was able to keep it together. Moves on.
Aziz could not stand up fast enough out of that chair. He was off of that stage.
Man, I mean, that was... I was definitely prepared to see that be a Foxy and loser situation.
It
you know?
seemed like it would be.
It definitely it looked like the way Aziz was playing it was just anti Foxy. You know, it was the perfect way to play the matchup, and that's actually one thing I've seen a lot from Tekken Master and Aziz as well, and a few more of the Middle Eastern guys across many tournaments. Is they seem really good at playing against the player, as opposed to like just the character. Which I know is that is fighting games 101, but it's hard to put it into practice realistically. You know, it's another thing to play against a character, but then when you've got to keep in mind who is actually using that and what did they do. The Middle East guys really thrive on playing like that, and I think it was why it was so close, but not close enough. As that's going to be Katana Prime versus Foxy, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah, that's going to be winners finals on this
for the pool. Incredible stuff. Which means that this was quite a tough pool. You know,
Oh yeah.
Happy Pal, Foxy, Aziz, KP, Gandalf, Rudy, and the words just go on. I mean, this is a nice showing. I think it's a nice diverse showing in terms of countries and players, and characters, and all sorts. You know, we obviously had Enchantress earlier on, and
that was very cool.
Can count the amount of times I've seen that character, even like in online matchmaking on one hand. You know,
sure.
just not a lot of people using it. But then enter Do Basic, who plays the game almost every day. He streams all the time. 9 times out of 10, he's playing Enchantress, and that's where you see that kind of dedication to a character thrive and shine on through.
Cool to see.
So we're
going down to losers side.
Yeah, looks like it. As we'll be seeing the return.
And his opponent will be, I would say, Shoke Vince? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, how about Vince?
I'm reading it. Let's go with Vince. I would rather not offend him by butchering his name live on stream. But Vince, I know how to say Vince.
All right, good.
I was saying this before, like, I've been part of the European scene for so long. I'm horrendous at pronouncing European names. It's like an Achilles heel. And I feel like is it more offensive for me to try and get it wrong or to not even attempt? That's the true 50. That's the commentator's 50-50.
Vince it is.
Still though, so we know to expect we know to expect Scarecrow here, but we have yet to see Vince play. So I'm not gonna lie, I do not have any idea what to expect.
Alrighty.
Still though, this has been a really
other than how it went against KP, I liked a lot of what we've seen from Scarecrow. I think it's been good.
Yeah, of course, he is the guy that sent Happy Pal to losers bracket.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Happy Pal, of course, that I think it's safe to say is an upset. Happy Pal being one of the stronger European players worldwide.
Sure.
So to drop in pools this early on, especially to a player we haven't seen so much, very impressive.
By the way, in losers, it's going to be Aziz versus Happy Pal.
As a match I want to see.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if we will.
Wild. Right? Yeah, we'll see. So it looks like Dr. Fate is the choice. A little tough for Scarecrow to navigate the zoning that this character can bring out.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the point in time that Scarecrow finds himself in. This character is definitely not considered to be super weak, but he's definitely not a strong contender in like the top end of the game. He still obviously has a lot of utility. He's got hella damage. If he can get traumatized up, he's got the command grab game. His damage is definitely not a problem, but it's always the keep away. It really is that long range that he seems to struggle with.
Yeah, I think there are a few characters that he struggles against. I think he does well against many of the casts, but dedicated zoners are a problem.
And unfortunately, those zoners are very common now. Right. In competitive play, you will find yourself against them.
Okay, didn't have the meter for the rest. And now it's about trying to navigate this. Well, very tough to wave against those. That's much easier. Okay, nice. Staying on top of things, and he gets in. Didn't actually get the combo.
Okay. She's seeing the raw ank get through. Now at the same time, this might seem like really hard for Scarecrow to navigate, but if he can get in, Dr. Fate does not have the greatest of defensive options, point blank.
So he chooses a combo window that leaves him very far away, but it ends up working out all right.
Excellent. I think a big part of this matchup is obviously like if you can knock down Dr. Fate, like his wake up is quite powerful. A lot of independent ranges. But if you can like really get on him and kind of stagger in that command grab game or the restand, that's where you can really get some of the ball rolling. Oh, tries to
find something. Wow, he's got a chance to get more damage. Yes, he does at least a little bit. Was looking for a backdash or for the wake up. Neither one. No, that's there by Vince. I like it.
Yeah, that's actually one thing he's going to have to be really careful of, though. We've obviously seen a lot of the reverse going for those just straight up, forward threes, those long range overheads. Yeah. And they're getting blocked most of the time. Against Dr. Fate, that's at very least going to be a projectile. So you will be taking damage every time that gets blocked.
Wake up comes.
Unflashable,
a lot of damage. Oh my god, and he just gets exploded at the end.
Wow. But that's what I'm going to say, right? The Dr. Fate wake up, it is powerful. It is obnoxious to deal with, and it does send you far away, but it does hit a single time. Correct. If you get that big read on that meter burn back three, which Scarecrow players will do a lot because it has a tremendous hitbox. You are going to get a ton of damage for it.
Did he switch? Let's see what happened here.
I'm not sure. We'll see very soon. I'd be surprised to see anything but Scarecrow from the reverse.
At this point, yeah.
From Vince, I'm not sure. That sounds like Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the sound of a trident. Ooh, big jump in. But there's the trait straight away. Say no to that. There's a big whiff punish.
Whew, very nice. I like the setup a lot. Punish on this. Did have meter. Well,
Ooh.
down 2. And into the connect grab. You know, this is really strong by the reverse.
Oh, we cancelled out with it this time. I like that. Using the blocked technical strike. Guaranteed that trait activation.
Into the corner. Very, very strong.
Yep, a really good game so far for the reverse. There's almost a full life bar in the lead. Wow, and that's just going to connect raw. I don't think he had the bar to extend it though, unless he was just about to build it. He's like just on the cusp of building one.
Super early flash right there from Vince. And backs off, and there's nothing. No from the deep.
I feel like we're definitely seeing opportunities where Vince can go for
Agreed.
technical strikes at least, or just to try and whiff punish or press something. But I feel like he's been very tentative.
Ah, he got there in time.
Oh wow, and there's the air escape. Oh, but it gets hit anyway. This has not been a good match for Vince.
Okay, a little bit of chip on this.
Yeah, but not enough to even things out.
No,
Ooh.
very far away from that.
All reverse has to do is activate trait now, and any block damage is going to be super threatening. That's exactly what he's going to be going for.
Yep.
Plus frames, keeping it going. I love it.
That'll do it. Keeping it very simple for himself.
Of course. I mean, if it's going to do the job, let's get the job done.
Now, that just did not work out at all for Vince, going to Aquaman.
No.
You know, although he's lost both times so far, I do think that Fate... I think Fate is the better matchup, and I think that his Fate looked better than his Aquaman did on both sides. So it's going to be a third character, actually. Black Adam is the difference. A character that many Scarecrows don't necessarily think beats Scarecrow.
Yes, indeed. But still a very popular character, very strong character. There's no getting around the fact that Black Adam is incredibly powerful. However,
Very solid in many ways.
yeah, to go through 3 characters in the best of 5, I believe that the score says 1-1, but it is in fact 2-0 to the reverse right now on Scarecrow.
Correct. Yeah, and
so this
by
is
the way,
going to be his last game.
The reverse, there it is.
There we go.
Nice work. Out of the air, keeps it up.
The thing is, obviously, to go to a third character in 3 games in loser's side, your room for error has just disappeared.
Yeah.
You have lost the ability to kind of get used to what's going on. Wake up with the down 2, the uppercut. Try and catch some momentum back, which he's going to do. He drops the... Oh no, actually, don't think it was a drop at all. I think he went for a setup.
Seemed like it.
Oh wow,
In
raw
trouble.
command grab, yes indeed. Oh wow.
Not fast enough. And the
Okay.
reverse at match point, he's looked very strong. Regardless of his opponent's character, he's been looking good.
Absolutely. He hasn't got any bar right now, but hasn't needed it as more damage. Just comes flying through. Plus frames here. Oh, tries to disrespect. Oh, but no! Grabbed
okay.
again. Giving him a good old workout. Visit to the chiropractor.
Down 2, all right. Dashes forward out of it.
Oh wow, I like that late cancel as well. Reverse is still playing on top form despite the massive lead he has. Oh, that was such a good attempt and another grab. And at this point, I don't know if Vince can do
That's
anything.
it. Yeah.
Last minute clash, but I think it's done. I don't think he can bring this back.
Well, you might as well clash. There's really nothing else.
Yeah, of course.
3.
Go down to the
Seems
last moment.
reasonable.
But still, this is Scarecrow. If he gets you low enough, he just got to pop straight and get near you.
And he is doing... Well, he's near him.
Plus frames again. Tries to
There he
disrespect
is.
it another
Might
time.
be it.
Yes, indeed. That's going to be a full combo. Finished
There it
off,
is.
and there we go. A clean 3-0 for the reverse. He's going to be moving on in the bracket with that tidy Scarecrow. Unfortunately, Vince is going to be going home from here.
So the reverse is going to be playing in losers against the winner of Aziz and Happy Pal.
Oh, wow. So we might see the run back with Happy Power,
We
or we
might
might see the Middle Eastern team kill.
That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Potentials.
Reverse from Saudi and Aziz from Bahrain.
Indeed. Now, I think it's very uncommon to see the Middle East players come out in such numbers.
Yeah.
I think in total there's about 6 or 7 of them, which might not seem like a huge amount, but for like an FGC traveling group, that's very respectable.
It's great.
And it's not easy to travel, across the world. If you're going from one continent to another, one region to another, that comes with certain complications. But if you're dedicated to the game and you love the community and you want to be a part of it, and of course Pro Series, that is a great reason as any to take part and enter Injustice 2 tournaments right now. So if you can travel around as a group, I love to see it, because not only are they here, they're supporting each other and they're doing well in the bracket.
They are.
Which is really impressive to see, especially when it's ones you don't get the chance to see too often. Like, of course, the reverse. Now, winners finals time of the pool. It's going to be PXP's Foxy Grandpa versus Katana Prime. Honestly, I don't know how to call this one. And apparently there's not going to be a button check either. So they can go straight in, wasting no time.
Good stuff. Because, by the way, you can check your buttons right there.
But the game has a restart match feature.
Indeed it does.
So if you do want the button check, it is quick to restart.
Indeed.
But obviously it's a bit more exciting to go in straight away without the check. Now, ooh.
Oh, is it going to be the dead shot?
Ooh.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but it looks like that's what we're going to see.
It is indeed. It's going to be a dead shot matchup. It's going to be Wonder Woman dead shot. Now, Foxy Grandpa, a quick history lesson for those of you that might not have watched last year's action, was the all-father of dead shot players.
Yeah.
You know, he really kind of refined this character. There were a lot of people playing him, but he was the most successful by a margin. And it was due to a lot of different multiplying reasons that you might see in this game if this goes well.
He has so much control with the character, and just his style, I think, fits so well.
Oh no, a drop combo from Katana Prime, but he does have the life lead.
A little too far, not whip punished. And the mobility is there. There's been a lot of walking around for Foxy Grandpa. That said, he has not really dealt much damage at all.
Now here's that meter burn rifle, still strong. Now the trait, this is the deciding factor. Deadshot, now when he activates his character power, that's when his bullets become very dangerous. You know, aside from that, they recover a lot slower than you used to see, but he's going to be getting a lot of different character power activations if he's playing well. And now he's almost even things out, and a big galactic jump in. Perfect
nice.
range.
Hey, he's evened it up.
Yep, just like that. Okay, there we go. The jump in from Katana Prime.
Oh, wow, he recovers so fast.
Keeping the corner too. Keeping it nice and simple.
Good range on that.
Yeah, I think it was the
stab.
Oh wow, but no, he gets tagged by the full range blow. And still 200 damage for that isn't the end of the world. It's not terrible.
Okay, nice. I like it a lot. Katana Prime takes the first life bar.
I do like those instant air shields though, right? It's that preemptive, you know, he's anticipating a rifle, because even though, you know, Deadshot did get nerfed in a lot of different ways, the rifle was not one of them.
Yeah.
So the rifle is still a very attractive option. It's that full screen block string.
Yep. Helping himself to the background for extra zoning.
Okay, another quick combo. Almost has bar. I feel like as soon as Foxy is building the bar, he's spending it. He really wants to spend most of it. And no anti-air attempt from Katana Prime.
I love the jump. Expecting exactly what came. And he's felt pretty comfortable, I would say, from full screen. You know, he hasn't felt totally out of it.
There's a throw tech, the block again. Okay, this is an opportunity for some damage. It goes in with the rollback 3. Corner positioning. Ooh, optimal stuff.
All right, that was sick.
Yeah, cute combo from Katana Prime. Decent damage. Oh, trying to go the overhead, but just out of range. Katana Prime, he wants to keep close. Do not want to give Deadshot the distance.
I love it.
The whiff punish comes through. Katana Prime, he has more bar, but what do you do? So if he spends it all here, Foxy's just going to chip him down, surely. Foxy spends nothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, big opportunity. Uh-oh. Maybe this is why.
Yeah.
Now he's full screen. Meter drain bullets.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 2 of those bars gone, but you can see why he wanted to save it.
Yes, absolutely. And that's all 3. All 3 kept on block. That is so much damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He's just going for that block.
Almost has the next bar.
Almost.
Very close.
Oh, but
yeah,
it is.
didn't expect it.
Oh, wow.
Delay into grab. Cute stuff as he got the corner for himself. Nice. And he backs off. He doesn't want to pressure. That's not what the corner's about.
Well, there it is.
Got out. I love it.
That was such a
Still
well-timed air
has a
escape.
chance here. Yes.
Oh, the whiff! Doesn't get punished, though.
Just holding forward. Yeah, holding up forward. And Foxy knew it.
Actually, I think that's one of the first instant air jump lights that we've seen from Foxy. That used to be a staple of the game plan. You know, Deadshot standing anti-airs weren't the best,
right.
but instant air jumping light, deceivingly powerful.
Well, he spent most of that match not even at a range where that was relevant, right? He
Yeah, definitely.
was further away or right next to the opponent.
But that did come down to the wire. This could still go either way, as far as I'm concerned. Katana Prime playing the matchup well. You know, Deadshot is not a popular character right now. You know, no one really plays him anymore. Everyone that used to play him has kind of moved on to other characters. For important reasons. However, it's still important to remember how to play the matchup. And it looks like Katana Prime still does remember, because there still could be these dead shots in the bracket that still play the character and still could be very effective.
A drop, unfortunately, there for KP.
Yes,
so we got the full screen.
Cost him 200 life and potentially some meter. Oh, it connects.
Yeah, you can see the harassment right there.
Yes, indeed. But he has lost his character power. Could be a little while before that's back up again. I like the adjustment though. When we used to see Foxy play, it was almost like at all points in the neutral there was some kind of gunshot being fired. The character just can't do that anymore. However, he can still play around it. You can still try and bait your opponent, play that full screen game, go for those block strings. Rifle's still strong. And that's what we're seeing so far. But Ton of Prime in the lead. It's cornered.
Looking really good.
He just has to be very careful
Down
to not
two.
let. Yeah, that was really good.
Comfortable bringing it out.
I think he just has to be really careful to not give Foxy Grandpa the space though. Nice meter burn roll. First time we've seen that in the set. Most likely won't be the last. Another good corner combo coming
Nice.
through. Yep, tasty damage.
There it is. Air to air jump one. Out of the
missed
corner
the
for
final
himself.
hit.
Not full damage.
Oh wow, the low connected.
All right. Looking up with the low, and now he really just needs to chip, and
Yeah.
that is going to do it.
Now, do you think Foxy can bring this back? He does have a ton of bar, but if he starts taking trades, that's where he's going to struggle. Going
Definitely
in.
do.
Ooh.
He moves forward suddenly.
I think he just wanted to try and get out of the corner. And again, another low. I feel like a ton of Prime. I don't think he's like getting mixed up as such. I think he's trying to hit Foxy Grandpa on the way in and just mistiming it. Uh-oh.
Overhead.
Flashful town.
Underneath, but not. Still there.
Oh, was
Out
that
of the
enough?
air.
I mean, he can't clash. He just used all of his bar. Oh, big
Oh.
chunk of damage.
There it is, yeah. Good stuff from KP, looking stronger.
Nice adaptation.
I like his mid-range a lot. I like his pressure.
I think one of the biggest parts of his positioning, right? You know, we saw Deadshot with his back to the wall for most of the game. Katana Prime did a good job of keeping him there. Yeah. Oh, ducks under.
A lot of patience right here for Foxy Grandpa. Okay, trades up.
What's he do from here?
Nice.
Okay.
I love the punish on the Lances right there.
He has one bar built. Oh, instant jump
Tried
one
to beat
again.
him. Had the same idea. Again, I love it from Katana Prime, who knew exactly what Foxy Grandpa was going to do. Gets all this damage out of it because of that.
Okay, spends his bar. Has one left though. Oh wow, walking into it. I love the way Katana Prime is changing up his neutral here. He's not just instantly going for it. He's just playing around it so well. It's really hard to approach. There's the bar to keep it safe.
Harassing there. Nice. Made so much hay out of that. And lovely call on that. Well, not for the kill, but I like the idea all the same.
Okay, has one more bar. Oh wow, yeah,
Oh.
stands on the very later frames of that. Active for a while. He's gonna stand on it.
No meter
Katana
burn.
Prime. Yeah, indeed, he's got the bar. Oh wow.
Puts an end to that. Here's KP now trying to pressure. Again, we have a situation where Foxy
Oh, the
Grandpa
shimmy.
he hadn't pressed the button. He had been playing safely, and then wrong time for the grab.
I feel like Katana Prime's not really getting
There you
opened
go.
up by the low as much. That doesn't count. It was a jump first. Oh, there we go again. This is what Foxy wants. Oh wow.
I think Foxy was trying to bait that jump, but didn't get anything out of it. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So a meter spent on Katana Prime just to get himself grabbed and lose the life bar.
If he called out on the respect, you know, Katana Prime is not the kind of player to press buttons in those kind of situations. He's going to take the blocking to go for grab instead, and it did work out. There's a trait. It is the shield one. That's possibly one of the best ones he could get in this moment, in theory. Okay, built the bar, spent it immediately.
Yeah, really slowing things down, but that means he doesn't have any more meter. No meter burns. In trouble if there's a clash. Down two, it's been so useful for KP.
Okay, there's a trip guard though. Enter instant clash. I love it.
So
Katana
again-
Prime is going to keep him in the corner and build some health back.
Yeah, and Foxy Grandpa has no meter. We've already seen him spend it a lot. I like the idea of him spending meter. It's been very useful for him, but you can see the downside right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, tries to get a hit on the down two, but instant neutral jump from Katana Prime. Beautiful move. Oh,
Okay.
big call out.
Okay.
I think that's enough to kill
I
as
think
well.
that's probably going to do it, yeah. Yeah, we got KP up 2-1 right now in winners finals of his pool, threatening to make top 8 winners.
Now, do you think he goes for restart match or does he go for Batman? Because I mean, clearly it's the reason he still has a dead shot is a matchup thing. I've talked to him about it extensively. You know, why do you still play this character? And it's, you know, I think it's a good character versus certain matchups, as you might expect. Maybe you just thought Wonder Woman was one of them, but at the very least, it's like it's been a complete wash, right? That might still be the case, but now it's a question of even if it's a matchup thing, would you still feel better on Batman?
Yeah.
Now you're effectively winning two, you know, got with 2 games, not 3.
Well, already he's looking more comfortable. I like his movement more. Just outside of things.
Oh,
I
wow.
like that a lot.
Okay, there's an opportunity.
Capitalizing excellently. Damage is good. He's in here for the pressure.
Oh, there's the whip punish.
That was good. No, not the rest. Still, though, he's been able to consistently find hits here with Batman. Escape, but those 2 bars, well, it didn't take as much damage, so I guess there's a positive to it.
Yes, indeed. There's a missed combo. It's giving Katana Prime the corner repositioning, and he's taking damage for it. Now KP is out of the corner. Oh, but he was until the whipped shield charge. He's going to lose that first life bar. Foxy Grandpa with the turnaround. I feel like the trait bat's a good way of kind of just whip punishing those air shield attempts. Oh, wow. Full screen confirmed. Oh no, perhaps it was also a thing that obviously Katana Prime has access to Harley Quinn as well. So perhaps if
that's true,
obviously Batman doesn't
might see that.
Historically, I don't say he doesn't do very well versus Harley, but it's definitely a matchup that has been debatable, in the past. Which we might see if Foxy could take this game, as it's looking pretty one-sided so far. Oh no, he spins the bar.
There it is. Punish, yes. One more.
Now
if he finds his next hit, this is going to do it. There it is. A very, very strong game. Look at the life bar he still had. He had half of his first life bar still on there. So now...
Okay, so
we are on the character select screen.
So every time Foxy wins a game, the crowd is chanting EU. And every time KP wins, the crowd is chanting USA. It's like there's a matchup in the crowd going on. And as I was talking about, yeah, he's gone straight to Harley Quinn.
Right.
I think that does make sense now in hindsight. But now this is effectively a best of 1 between these 2 characters.
That's right.
So how is it going to get panned out now?
A lot more patience for Foxy Grandpa to start things off here.
Yeah, the first bar went to Katana Prime though. That's going to be really handy.
Nice. Great expectation. Okay, the backdash out of there. Ow, wow, he expected the jump. Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
He needed to get something right there. That was a big drop. Punish on the landing.
Oh, instant jump from KP as well.
Yeah, excellent understanding there by KP. Who's now taking up a lot of screen. Down 2, there you go. Punish.
Oh, got him again. Chase
Just
down.
like that, Foxy's really back in it.
Oh, he dropped the combo again.
Even though he's been dropping things, he dropped the punish, he dropped a couple combos. He's still in a great spot.
KP trying to get out of the corner. Oh, goes clean through. Oh, there it is.
Gave up the corner. To what end?
Big jump in from Katana Prime, but doesn't get a combo into a full launch, but drops again. Both players.
Yeah, they are both missing things right now. They feel the moment. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not match point for Foxy Grandpa.
Now after the scramble, it is Foxy that comes out on top.
Yeah,
but definitely killable life. KP has to be very careful not to lose too much. Oh, nice attempt in the anti-air.
Out of there.
Plus range. Backdash is out.
Here's a big chance. That could have been it. And I'll tell you, KP in the past has had problems where if it's down to the wire in a big clutch moment, he doesn't always necessarily get those clutch plays that he needs.
He's running out of
I'm
time.
a little worried for him in this game, and that seems like it's the case so far.
Oh, he gets hit. Tries to get hit, but too slow. Foxy, he has to be careful. He doesn't have a lot of bar. Oh, tries to whip the jump.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and there's a clash. So KP, I expect maybe 1 bar to bring back the health, but no more.
And there's nothing on Foxy Grandpa's side.
How many trait bats? He's got 1.
Yep, there it is.
He tries to anti-air.
Anti-air. Low into nothing else.
Instant jump.
The setup was coming. I think he was looking for that, but he was just a bit late.
Oh, wow. The hyena comes in to save the day.
Yep.
Like it's almost Foxy that's really
they are
kind
moving
of
fast
scrambling
right now.
here.
Yeah.
He's struggling to get anything going.
He still does have clash. Finds it, but had to block. Down 2 interruption. Here's a big chance for him. Oh, boy, and if he can find the next hit, too. Katana Prime's in trouble.
No! Execution error into the super.
Yeah,
That's going to be enough damage. Absolutely.
You cannot clash that. That's going to do it.
Yep, that's it. Foxy Grandpa gets sent to loser's bracket on the back of an execution error, fully punished by Katana Prime.
It was definitely a messy game. There were errors on both sides. It wasn't the cleanest thing ever, but hey, that's fine for KP. If you win that, if you make winner's side top 8, however it happens,
I mean,
it's cool with you.
that's it, right? Winner's side top 8. That is it in this European premier major event in Injustice Pro Series.
Good stuff.
But you said before, right? Like, scrambles are scrambles, but it happens to everyone.
It happens,
You have
of
to be able
course.
to come off the top. And I think Katana Prime at the start of that last game was struggling to kind of get a hold on it, but it almost seemed to be the reverse. That the longer the game went on, it was almost Foxy that started to have more errors, and Katana Prime that was able to kind of keep it together a bit more. So it looks like our top 8 so far is going to be Biohazard versus Katana Prime, and Hayate versus Irish Mantis.
Cool.
And then loser side, we have Tekken Master and Honeybee. And then Shark Teeth versus, presumably, the winner of Foxy Grandpa versus whoever he will fight, which I presume could be X-Aziz's Happy Pal?
Well, Happy Pal has already beaten Aziz in losers, and now it's going to be Happy Pal versus the reverse in losers semifinals. Winner of that will then play against Foxy Grandpa.
Okay, so as far as I'm aware, the rest of Losers is going to be played off stream, and that is going to be it for streamed games for now. Of course, the top 8 will be posted, obviously, the Viennality Twitter page. I'm sure the Injustice 2 Twitter page will be posting about it as well. And obviously, you can see our Twitter @ down here, and I'm sure we'll be posting about it also. So you can see who that final player is going to be. And obviously, we have top 8 tomorrow. I believe I have the schedule here, actually, so I have the exact time. Top 8 is going to be... That's the wrong page. Well, how about that? So top 8 for Injustice 2 is tomorrow at 8:30 in Vienna time, which is GMT +2.
Correct.
So 8:30 p.m. tomorrow on the NetherRealm Twitch channel right here. So hit that follow button, get notified when we go live, and you'll see top 8 for this European premiere event in Injustice Pro Series.
Very much looking forward to that. You can see the names were maybe not some of what we expected in that top 8, but I think that's great. I think that's fascinating. We're here in a different place. It's funny, here in the EU we have one American competitor, and he made top 8 winners.
He did by beating these apparently #1 Europeans.
Yeah,
so,
but I think it's great otherwise to have a lot of European representation in there. There's Middle Eastern as well, and there might be even one more. We'll see what happens in losers side.
And of course, Irish Madness is going to be one side.
Irish Madness is very cool.
So luckily, Europe is still well represented in that regard,
Definitely
which is really cool. But that is it from us right now. We've obviously been Mustard and Ultra David, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow for top 8 for Mortal Kombat X, as well as Injustice 2, the Injustice Pro Series. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.